give us the scoop. How'd you start YouTube? How did you get? Why tech of all things? And where do you have expertise in the field? How did it all come about? Give us the scoop.
Yeah, man. Well, this channel, I've actually had it for almost 10 years at this point. And when I started this channel, yeah, I haven't been doing YouTube avidly. Like I've been uploading since what, like early 2015? Not early, but like late 2015. And then over the years, just been uploading then. But this channel actually started off where I had ambitions more so to do Twitch. So I actually opened up a Twitch channel first. Obviously that shit didn't go well, but later on I started doing more YouTube stuff. But this was more supposed to be like a gaming focused sort of channel. But then I found I was doing some tech stuff on the side, talking about PC hardware. It was actually a combination where I was kind of melding both. So what I would do is, rather than review like a new game that would come out, what I would do is like I would just run it on my hardware and just talk about what my thoughts were on the game itself. And then alongside that, I would just talk about like performance. So like one of the earlier videos on my channel was when they ported Dragon's Dogma 2, not Dragon's Dogma 2, but Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen to the PC. And
that was the original game?
I was running. Yeah,
okay,
Dark Arisen. No, I think there was one before that, but Dark Arisen was like the one that came on the PS3 and 360. And then they ported it to the PC. A good game, by the way. So if any of you guys haven't played it, check it out. But yeah, so I played that, and then I uploaded a video where I was like giving my thoughts on it. And then I was running, I think, 6600K and R9 390. And then, I mean, back then I didn't have any disposable income, so the only system that I had at the time was that. And then what I was basically doing was just uploading videos about talking about new games, and I would just give a whole performance sort of overview of how it run on my specific system. And I found that people were actually tuning into those kinds of videos more so than videos where I was talking about gaming. So that's where that direction kind of took off. I've always had like an interest in PC gaming. Been a PC gamer since like my early childhood days. Like I have cousins who are probably like around your age, and they were like big PC gamers.
What is that supposed to mean? How old do you think I am?
What, late 30s?
No, yeah, I'm late 30s. Yeah. Wait, how old are you?
Yeah. I'll be 31 in about a couple months.
Oh no shit, you're a baby. Oh nice. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, keep going.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, they're the ones who introduced me into this stuff, and got me into like PC gaming from a very early age. Some of my great games, man, I still cherish those games. Need for Speed High Stakes, Incoming by Rage. I don't know if you've heard of these games, but they're amazing. Incoming Rage, that came with my so my father went to like Future Shop. Remember Future Shop?
Oh yeah.
So he picked up like this whole like big bundle compact Parasocial PC with a scanner, speakers on the side, like that whole freaking package. It was like $6,000, dude. Like we talk about PC parts being expensive now. Shit was expensive back then, man. But yeah, he got that in, and then came with it was Rage Incoming, which was a crazy game because I was always so into the whole like sci-fi space shooter genre. So
wait, what was this one called? I'm gonna write it down. Is it super old? Is it like 90s or 2000s or
98?
Oh, what was it called?
It's called Incoming by Rage.
Okay. I'm always looking for retro games to play, man. I don't like modern games these days. Barely.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going. So yeah, so you kind of melded the content a bit, and people were more interested in the hardware part of it.
That's basically it. Yeah. So I found myself just kind of gravitating towards that, and then over the years, just from then on, like 2016 then on, I've just been doing like PC hardware and tech stuff on the channel itself. And yeah, like people have followed me from then, and I tackled a whole bunch of topics from, I don't know, GPU benchmarking, CPU testing various games, testing configurations, all that good jazz, kind of similar to what you do. And yeah, it's funny because when I started off the channel, I did have like a more AMD focused centric sort of crowd. And then when was my first sort of like revelation that like, bro, like I can't go down this route.
We're like a minute and a half in. It's like, yeah, 100%, man. You can't avoid it. You can't avoid it.
Bro, because like I had the R9 390 for the longest time, so naturally all the AMD guys were kind of just gravitating towards my channel. But then yeah, like I would say like Vega, when the whole hype around Vega just completely had a massive derailment. That was when I realized that I'm like, yo, man, this whole AMD crowd, I gotta get away from this stuff. But yeah, I mean, over the years, it's been quite a journey, man. Tackling a whole bunch of topics, seeing this whole industry evolve, coming from where we were, seeing where we're at now. There's so many changes, man, and it's been pretty crazy.
If
But yeah, I
you
guess.
if you could see yourself in 5 years from now, where would you want your channel to be, or what would you like it to become? Like, would you would you want to be like a full-time creator and like hardware benchmarker? What's your vision for the channel?
Yeah, of course. Like I obviously have like ambitions for the channel, like going as big as I can. Like when I started and I started going to more towards the tech side, like obviously I had ambitions like to be the next Linus maybe one day, right? But obviously you got to be realistic about it. And yeah, I mean I'd love to see my channel grow to 2x, 3x the size over the next few years, and for me to be able to, I guess, if it comes down to that, be able to spend more time and give it a more full-time commitment where, I can give my following worthwhile content that, everyone can benefit from, and ultimately just be in a position where I can have more fun with this.
So if that's so what I heard there was your vision is growth. So if your vision is growth, how are you gonna deal with the AMD narrative? Because so do you think there is an AMD narrative where the more pro AMD you are, the faster and larger you can grow? Like that's been my experience. But what's your experience on that? Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you on that. If I was making content that was full like AMD centric, like if I was making videos where I was just talking about how FSR is the best and you don't need DLSS, and oh yeah, the 9070 XT is all that you need, or the 9800 X3D is the best CPU in the world, and just making AMD centric content like that all the time. Doing random AMD driver reviews and things like that. Obviously, I'd have a much bigger following.
Oh, dude,
I've just noticed that
the AMD driver thing is such a cheat code on YouTube. Oh my, it's why I totally forgot about it. Not to interrupt, sorry, but that was such a good point that you brought up. Yeah. So how are you going to are you just gonna accept that you're never gonna be large and in charge, or like how are you gonna combat that hurdle?
To be honest, I personally, I don't see any point in fighting it. Like, I'm just gonna do what I find is most interesting to me. Like, that's what I've always made clear with my audience. Like, I'm not gonna try to gravitate or like pander to one side or the other. Like, whatever I find is worthwhile, whatever I'm having the most fun with, that's what I'm gonna do. And if it comes down to, YouTube not liking that and not pushing that content out as much, then it is what it is. It's not gonna be something that I'll probably go full time with, and I'll just kind of keep this thing as a side where, I'm just going to have fun with it. No stress. That's all it really comes down to. I feel like if you get to a point where you're not having fun with it, you're kind of just being fake about it, then you're just torturing yourself at that point mentally.
I agree, man. Taekwondo, thanks for the 5, man. All super chats and subs and stuff. Danny gets half of that for today, guys. Thank you so much, Taekwondo. I agree, man. It's like, why would you leave your 9 to 5 or whatever your main hustle is? Why would you leave that for something? It feels like another 9 to 5. The initial reason I think that we all kind of get into this is for freedom to express ourselves, right? And make a living doing that. So if this relates to the large tech tubers and like Linus and all that stuff, but like do you think that they don't even enjoy it anymore because I think they went down that narrative path, and then it's kind of like too late to shift course now. And then it's like if you ever watch, not just them, but like if you watch any large tech, and not tech tuber, any large YouTuber, what's that other guy's name? MKBHD. If you watch, if you watch any of these guys, they don't. I don't know how to
They don't
describe
look
it.
like they're having like genuine fun with what
Yeah.
they're, I guess, talking about.
Yeah,
I
you
can
can
totally see
pick
where
that
you're
up.
coming from.
Yeah, you can pick that
Yeah,
up, and they're like they're just like reading a script, kind of. Oh, have you ever gone to conventions and stuff at all
I
yet?
want to, no, but I haven't. Not like a tech-centric convention, but stuff in the past for other hobbies. But yeah, I've been wanting to go to something like CES or Computex.
Dude, come to
It'd be a pretty fun
CES. It's
experience for sure.
cheap. It was 1,300 US for hotel flight. Oh, but the flights are
shit.
cheap for me because it's like a 2-hour flight for me. Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
But no, you can stay in my hotel room, sleep on the floor. Who cares, man? Who gives a shit?
Appreciate
But
that, man.
yeah. But it's if you the wildest experience that I've had at the conventions is seeing how the larger guys work. I've talked to my audience about this. I'm not going to name any names here, but like when you watch the, oh my god, it's this year. I hope the brands don't see this, but this year I might kind of want to film another film crew filming.
You got to see what the behind the scenes
Yes.
behind the camera. Like, you know, they say like, oh,
Yes.
you know, people talk about their favorite movie actors, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I'm so in love with this guy. And then you hear about like they're not actually representative of how they fucking act in movies. Like they're a totally different person in real life.
It's like like a light switch, dude. Oh no, this guy's retired now, so I can talk about him. You know, Alex from LTT. I think it was Alex, the engineering guy that runs the CNC machine and all that stuff, and like the laser cutter and the watt. Yeah. He doesn't work for LTT anymore, so it's like not. I can talk about it. I saw that guy work at the Asus booth once. This was like 2 years ago, I think, and one of the Asus reps was trying to help him with like the talking points, and the guy was fucking miserable. Like he didn't want to. He's like, and then the guy behind the camera was like 3, 2, 1. He's like, and he like fucking lights up, and I'm like, holy shit! Like this guy's the most brilliant fucking actor I've ever seen in my entire life. I couldn't believe it. Like he was.
That's a talent in its own
miserable.
Right. Like, I could never do that.
Me neither. Like why is he I guess that's probably why he left LTT now, but like my god, dude, last year there was a bunch of tech tubers that you don't know, but you can tell they're tech tubing because they're filming stuff. So many of them are like that. They somehow flick that shit on, dude. Like, yeah. I'm like, they must be fucking miserable, man. I don't know. But I don't even know how we got on that topic, but it's just a sight to see when you actually. I'm gonna get some of that shit on film. I don't know what the. Here's the other thing too. It's like, it might be taboo or shunned upon to record that kind of stuff because you're kind of. I don't know what it's like not appropriate, you know. But
I know what you mean. Like there are people there for their own content creation purposes, and they're there to interact with the other vendors there, right? So I guess kind of doing that and spying on them would be a little bit invasive. But
it's not. My goal wouldn't be to like berate or like be derogatory towards the creator. I would more like to show maybe I'll do that, but only post it on like my Discord or something private. But I want people to see that like you know, a lot of people aren't happy in content creation. We get never mind.
Wears you down.
No, yeah. Oh my god, how do you deal with the hate in the comments and stuff? I saw a lot of hate in your Battlefield ones, dude. That was a good one. Oh my god, that was good.
Going back to the earlier days of the channel, man, honestly, like it used to get to me. It used to get to me, and I would like interact with these people. I would be going back and forth with them, and you know, and then I came to realizing that there's just no point in feeding into them. They're like, you're never gonna win that battle. You're never going to win that battle. So now what I do is either if they're completely off the rails, they're getting a ban, or two, if whatever, I just say, thanks for the engagement. You helped the video, and then you just move on. That's all you can really do with these people. And then tell them, hey, test it yourself. You know what I don't understand about some of these people, man? Like, you take the time out of your day to go to someone else's channel on free content, write an essay about how wrong the video is, what I should be doing, what I did wrong. It's like you have that much energy to take out of your day. It's like, why are you not doing this yourself? It's like YouTube's a free platform. You do realize that, right? What is stopping you? What is stopping you from buying the hardware yourself and testing it and just opening up a channel and showing your results? Cool. Like, do it, man. Like, I'm like, all the more power to you.
I don't have a good answer for you because I say the exact same thing, dude. I'm like, test it yourself and make your own channel. Like, I don't like you get a bit jaded and salty like over time because it's like basically if you think about it, the commenter that's doing that, their goal is to they want you to not I don't think it comes from I don't think it comes from a malicious place. I think they have a certain idea in their head of how they think the content. Oh wow, yeah. I'm actually my microphone's peaking here. Damn, I didn't realize my gain was up so loud. Give me 1 sec.
You sound working on my end.
It just hit the red line for me. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I don't think. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't think it's malicious. Okay. It's more like they like. Let's say
feel superiority, I guess.
Like, you know how they're like, how do I word this? Like, there's like the out of the box bros. Then there's like RAM speed must be equal on both platform bros. Then there's clock speed of the CPU must be same bros, right? It's like they think a benchmark should be done in a certain way and they want you to do it. They want you to change your content to fulfill what they think should be done. Now the reason why they do that I don't know. But I don't think it comes from a bad place, right? They're just bots, or if they come from another person's channel, and they're like, well, this person got these results, I trust them more, therefore I want you to get the same results too because that fits my narrative. So when you encounter stuff like that, post and ghost is number one, but number two is like. Yeah, this is the way that I look at it now. I don't see these people as actual people. Like, I see them as literal bots, dude. Because if you could plug in an AI generated response instead of that human and you couldn't tell the difference.
No, yeah. Like, they're just parroting someone else's testing methodologies and results.
They're even parroting verbiage, dude. When you encounter enough of these people over, it's the craziest thing, dude. When somebody parrots something from somewhere, I will know if they came from this channel, Reddit, OCUK. I'll know the platform they came from based on what they're parroting. It's insanity, dude. Actual insanity. I don't know. Anyway,
you just don't feed into it. It's just a steep uphill battle. You're never going to overcome it, and you just got to move on and just focus on your own things.
So, well, that goes back to the growth of the channel and the engagement and trying to do. It's tough out there, man. You're not alone. Like, do you get samples yet at all, or do you have to buy everything yourself?
I've gotten a few samples. Really, the only main sort of big company that's worked with me is MSI. Yeah, they actually. I was gonna post the video today, and then I realized I was looking at it. I'm like, you know what? I guess I could add some background music to make it a little bit more engaging. So I fucking just scrapped it for now. But I'll probably upload it tomorrow. Yeah, they just recently sent me a 5080, and that was a review I was just working on. But yeah, they've been sending me some samples and stuff. It does help, right? Like being able to get like some, samples or hardware, because obviously we're not breaking in like millions of views. So, I do appreciate all that help. But yeah, I mean, they're really the only ones who've kind of worked with me. No, there have been some other brands, like off brands, but
do you get
Arctic,
hate? Do you get hate for getting samples?
No, not really. I haven't really encountered that too much. I get the like, if I get a sample for some sort of high end product, and then I've seen the comments where it's like, oh, it's just a buzzkill comment where like they completely, you can tell they didn't watch the video, they didn't take like, anything important away from it, and they all they do is they would just want to whine and say nobody can buy it. It's this price, too expensive. Go buy this or something like that. And I'm like, that's really, I'm like, you didn't take anything away from the video, and that's all you wanted to do. But like, that's kind of the hate that I've gotten. I haven't really gotten any major hate like, oh, like you've worked with this brand, now I'm never gonna watch your channel again. I've never really gotten any sort of hate like that.
Do you sell any of your own stuff at all, or you're just like samples and views? Like, how do you make money any other way?
No, I don't really sell like.
Gotcha.
Occasionally I'll flip PCs. Like if I like have a surplus of parts, maybe
Right.
I'll like kind of flip it off of on Kijiji or like whatever. But other than that, I'm not like actually doing like a side PC building business
Right,
like some
right.
of the other tech creators
So what's your plan to? Is your plan to work off of sponsorships in the future or self fund? If you have have you thought that far ahead?
Yeah, mostly self fund. Like I mean, I'm all for taking sponsorships for so companies have reached out to me and I've turned away a bunch of stuff because like they're asking too much. And I'll straight up now tell companies that like, yo, listen, I'm not really interested in your product. If you want though, like I'm willing to work with you. What I can do is I can just put in a little sponsor spot for this fee and we'll call it that. And some companies have been open to it, they've done it. Like MSI has actually done that with me because they sent me the X870 Tomahawk, so I did a review on that. And then they're like, oh, we got the X870E Tomahawk. I'm like, guys, it's the exact same fucking board. All it has is just more lanes. I'm like, I'm not doing a full-on review for this, but if you want, I'll do a sponsor spot. And they were like, yeah, cool. All right, we'll do it.
Cool. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Did you ever get any hate for that? The sponsor spot. Interesting. Yeah. So it's wild. I was talking about this I think last week, and there's kind of like two lanes you can go down. You can like create your own products to sell, or you can do sponsor spots. And for some reason, the tech, it's interesting. The tech landscape is one of the only ones. Oh, Echo Chambers insane. Just wanted to say shout out to Danny. Taekwondo, my man.
He's one of the guys I stream with every now and then.
Oh, I see. I see. I'll get Paul back on one day. Yeah, thanks for another $5, Taekwondo, my man. The tech landscape seems to be one of the only ones where sponsorships aren't shunned upon. It's actually the reverse, where if you sell your own products, that gets the hate. Whereas if you watch camera equipment channels like whatever, Digi Camera or whatever, if somebody does a camera sponsorship on a camera channel, they lose a lot of clout for that, right? Whereas if they sell a course on the different ISOs and lenses or something, that's much less frowned upon. I always found that to be fascinating about the tech space, where you can literally have a motherboard review video, and you can be like, this video was brought to you by this motherboard. And when I see that, I switch off. But I guess Linus has bombarded that so hard into the tech audience that's like actually normalized. It's not a bad thing.
Now.
Yeah. So the reason why I even brought that up was if you do go the self monetization route, be careful, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my! I get. The level of hate, it's in my mind, I'm like, hey guys, isn't that better than me saying this video was brought to you by this motherboard? Don't you want me to be objective? I don't know. It's crazy to me.
No, because you have a product that you created yourself. You are 100% sticking with it, and you're backing it. So you have your full support behind your own product that you've made. So you have a following that will if they believe in it, they're gonna buy it. They're not gonna be worried about like, hey, this guy's just inserting this sponsor spot because he got paid X amount of dollars.
That's what I'm saying.
He's just gonna move on, right? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's kind of the warning that I wanted to give you. Going, if you're going the sponsorship route, you don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, it is super weird. But how are your view counts doing then since the YouTube restructure? Has it affected you at all?
To be honest, like these last like 4 months or so, since like April, view count for me, my channel has been pretty much on the decline. And I know the reason for that is because in April I took a pretty large like gap, whereas before I was uploading pretty consistently. I was uploading like almost 2 videos a week, or maybe sometimes even 3 videos a week. But in early April, I took a vacation. I was gone to Japan for like 14 days.
Nice.
So yeah, and then I just pretty much took the whole month off, and then ever since, and that's like the other brutality of YouTube. Like it wants consistency in that regard, like of a scheduled upload. And if as soon as you deviate away from it, it like punishes you, and it's like so hard to claw your way back in. But yeah, like ever since then, I've noticed like viewership has been pretty much down. Like before then, like I would upload a video and I would at least get like 15-20K views. But then since then, it's been like kind of all over the place. Some videos it's like 5K views. Some videos may end up blowing up, and they might do like 50, 60, 70K views. And then some are kind of in the middle there between. But it's kind of been all over the place for me since then.
I had a theory. Have you tested this? When you get a sponsorship, you have to click that button that says this video has a sponsorship or whatever, right? Have you tested how many views? Dude, even if I get samples, those videos always seem, I've tried clickbaiting the shit out of Sam, and those videos always seem to kind of do a little bit worse. And I always had this theory. I've never done a sponsored video, so I don't know, but I've always had this theory that if you do a sponsored video that actually conflicts with what YouTube wants, because they want to serve the ads, they don't want you to serve your own ads. So it was just a theory. I never A/B tested it, but I always thought that if you did a sponsored video, that one would get destroyed because YouTube doesn't want that one to show off. Am I out to lunch on that? Have you tested that at all, or you have no idea?
Honestly, since you brought that up, I'm actually thinking about it for the first time and kind of just going back on memory on this and thinking about the videos that I did have a sponsor spot for, and those videos actually did pretty darn good.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, like I'll have to go through the list, but I'm thinking about like within the last year, the videos that did have like sponsor spot, there weren't too many, so it's pretty easy to recall. But
oh, never mind that.
Yeah, like they did pretty decently, if not better than average. So so it's definitely a theory worth checking out.
No, because I was always super curious about that. But
you could do it for your own course. Like literally, just just check mark it and be like, this video is sponsored by Frame Chasers Education.
That's a great idea. I will 100% do that. I'll do it.
GN's always been doing that. Like they're like, because they would do sponsor spots, and then they would do that. They're like, oh, this video is sponsored by the Gamer Nexus store, and then they would be like advertising their screwdrivers or mod mats or whatever the hell they sell. So yeah, you should do that, man. Like every single video, this video is sponsored by Frame Chasers Education and the supporters.
That's a brilliant idea. Actually, I could A/B test it myself, and I would do it on a video that I know would do well. The 14600K video that I'm working on. We're gonna talk about that next. Oh, dude, 100%. But So your views have been kind of, okay, so I'm going to Japan in a week and a half, and nice. not long, just like 8 days though.
Okay. Oh man.
Partly because of exactly what you said, where I know before I go, I have to like pre-film at least 2 videos.
I wanted to do that so badly.
Yeah,
man.
you have to, and you have to schedule them. It's a pro and a con at the same time, because it's a pro in terms of if you pre-film them, schedule them, you can take your vacation and you don't have to be stressed out, because those videos are scheduled to go live. On the other hand, if you don't do that, yeah, you're bombing your fucking channel as a result of it, right? 100%, 100%. But
yeah, if I was doing this as like a full-time creator and that happened to me, man, I would be like, oh man, I'd be hyperventilating, dude.
That's exactly it. No, it sucks because I don't know why. So here's the thing, I still don't think that it's YouTube doing that. I think it's the fickleness of the audience. So what I've been testing the last couple of weeks, it seems to be working, is every day that I don't release a full-length video, I'll release a short. Every single day. And that way, even if on the person's phone, my name pops up into their face. Have you ever heard of the I don't know the exact term for it. It's called there's something about the human brain where the more impressions the person has of you, the more favorable they are towards you. And even if it's negative or positive, you just have to make an impression. It doesn't matter what the heck it is, right? And I've been testing that for the last couple of weeks. Like this podcast, I'll probably get like 20 shorts out of it, right? And then I'll like have that lined up to go for 20 days in a row, right? And then when I release a full video, it just seems to do better. I don't know.
That's interesting you mentioned that. I was experimenting with that myself, like where I was like clipping like shorts out of my long form content, and some of them actually did pretty well, and some of them just did whatever. I don't know. I was actually doing it when views on the channel were pretty high, and then I just kind of stopped doing it ever since I came back from my vacation trip. But I feel like now that I've kind of gotten back into the groove of things, maybe I'll probably resume that. But I think because I've seen some channels and creators complain that they started doing that and then the shorts butchered their long form content views, where now they were getting a mix of audience, like the TikTok short form audience, where they would just kind of click on their quick short videos, quickly watch that, but then they wouldn't tune into their long form content. So then it was kind of creating this weird segregation between there's two audiences that they formed, and YouTube's algorithm kind of picked up on that, and then it wasn't pushing their long form content as much, and it was like in a way punishing them. I don't know if you've heard something like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Had some discussions.
I'll tell you exactly what that was. That was when both shorts and long form was on the same page. So if you go to, now it's not like that anymore. If you go to the YouTube channel, there's a tab for live streams, there's a tab for shorts, and there's a tab for videos, right? So one thing Linus did get correct when he was talking about his view counts being down was they don't have a separate tab for membership videos. Which now I bet you now that he brought that up, I bet you they're going to do a separate tab for membership only videos now. So if you go to you have to segregate it, right? So I never, back in the day, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, people would create shorts channels because that was happening. It was destroying their algorithm and stuff. Now it doesn't. Now there's a separate tab for it, right? So if you go to my my live streams, those ones are members only, and then the main video page doesn't have anything but long form videos. The shorts are just shorts, right? It's very clean. And then no, I haven't had any algorithmic issues at all. Danny is awesome. Plan to go to CES myself. What's up, E-Rock on Tech? And then thanks for the 5 and Silicon Steak with $2. Got a 7500 F. Takes 2 days to get shaders for AMD. Dude, it's so funny. Have you heard of
so Silicon Steak? I hope you didn't get didn't get freaking contagious with that X4 frame gen nonsense you were battling with the other day.
Oh, you know this guy?
I've seen his videos. He was in a podcast with some other creator. I saw a bit of that, and that guy was all over the X4 frame gen Kool-Aid, saying that that's the only way to play. Oh man, I shut it off, dude. I was like, I can't with that guy.
What? Oh, that's a good topic, actually. I. Oh, but by the way, so the one thing, we'll talk about the AM dip after, but one thing is, I tend to try and not watch other tech creators because of that very people, even as a creator, people tend to be very zealous towards brands or features or like their belief system, and then they like double down and triple down, and they'll never admit that they were wrong about something. And it's why do you think that is? Is that just human nature, you think? I can't watch it. It's the same thing.
To be honestly, so before I even started my channel, and even in the earlier days, like my feed on my YouTube page was always like the big mainstream guys. So there was like a Linus video, there was Bitwit, hardware unbox, whatever. All these guys would be lined up, and I'd be like tuning into all of their videos. And then as I got more and more into this, as I got as I was testing more and more hardware for myself and doing more of the testing, I found myself watching their stuff less and less. So yeah, I'm the same way. Now that I look at my YouTube feed, it's like car stuff. It's like bunch of steak channels. I love my steak. So that's all I see, like food and stuff, or like sports podcasts, and that's all I'm seeing more, rather than back like 9-10 years ago where it was all like bunch of tech tubers, like how to build a PC, how to do this, like overclock your GTX 970. Like those were all the videos that were just popping up on my YouTube page, and now it's like so much more diversified and less like tech or PC gaming.
So now that you have tested a bunch of hardware yourself, have you found that your results tend to not be the same as what the large guys get?
100%, because those guys just build something. They, at the very least, they're like, I press the XMP and I'm pressing play. That's all they do. So I'm like, that doesn't tell me the full story. Other 90 whatever, I don't know what the hell the demographic size is, but 90% of gamers, if that's how they run their systems, cool. But that's not how it is for me. That's what appeals for me for PC gaming. Like, if you love PC gaming, part of that appeal is you also love the hardware. And part of that is you're going to be tinkering around with the hardware. You're going to be tweaking stuff, configuring stuff. That's been the whole appeal for me anyway, too, right? So I don't know. That's just been my mentality since the start, where if you love PC gaming, if you love this hardware, you would run some configurations that are unique to you, not just, I'm going to follow this big tech tuber, just copy paste his build and, hit the play button. But I don't know.
What was it? Weird. Was it like an eye-opening experience that, like, oh my god, this, like, doesn't it make you want to like slap people, like bro, like y'all gotta wake up over here, like the information.
You can tell, like the normie, like you can tell who the normie is and who's the guy that actually went back and did it for themselves, because you can tell by their inputs on the comments of the video. So
you can tell, dude, within 2 words, if the person's tested it or not.
Yeah.
Instantly, dude. Oh my god.
Do you frequent the Build a PC sales subreddit? Like, I know you don't really go on Reddit too much for like the tech hard advice or shit like that, but I frequent the sales because that's all they do there. They just post like sales per parts. So I just frequent that every now and then and see what deals people are posting. So the 14600K deal is posted, and then you just had the bots posting the good luck with the degradation. I wouldn't buy this if I were you. I'm like, you can tell this person has never actually, or maybe they did own it, right? But they just followed the mainstream tech tuber advice and they didn't fix it for themselves. Because
no, they don't own it.
149. I have 2 14900Ks. Fucking chips have been stellar, dude.
When you say bots, do you mean like actual bots or like the human bots?
Like the human bots, like they're just parroting good luck, degradation.
Dude,
and,
I don't even have a Reddit account. Legit.
Yeah.
I've never ever been on that website. I mean, other than to search for like a random problem from like the 90s or something that's like there, right?
Yeah.
If you go on the I'm not sure if it's actually still there. If you go on the Intel Reddit and you type in frame chasers, an auto mod says I'm a scammer. Like so, like an Intel mod on the from Intel, and then I have Intel reps. Intel sends me fucking samples. I'm like, oh guys, what
I
the
don't think
heck?
it's run by the actual Intel employees.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the actual company themselves. And then they replied, they're like, we have nothing to do with that Reddit. It's fan made. I'm like, wow. That's so there's some guy that owns the Intel Reddit that's just like salty. Like it's like so anyway.
Take in how they're doing that. They're exhibiting that tribalistic behavior, and they're not even getting paid for it.
That alone should tell you to get off of Reddit, because it's they can basically steer a narrative however they want to. Exactly what the Intel degradation thing, dude. It's like, how many people? So I got like 400 dudes in my Discord, all Intel chips, obviously, right? And not a single degradation. Not one. So it's like, if I have that much data where not one person has a degraded CPU, why is a person from Reddit saying my 14600K is going to degrade?
Yeah.
It's wild.
They pay no heed into that, man.
It's wild.
It's just crazy. And you just got to ignore it. Like, that's the thing. It just sucks for the people who are, I guess, entering the industry as as a novice, right? That's going to be their first sort of impression into, or gateway into this space here, where, like, you know, maybe they're like, hey, I want to move away from consoles. I want to build a gaming PC. And they go on these sales subreddits, and then they, instead of looking into the actual deal itself, like it was a sick deal, and then they see comments that are just kind of a buzzkill and just ruining their impression by saying, "Oh, good luck with the degradation," or "Don't buy this chip. It's not going to work for you." And
I got the Battlefield Black Edition one, like the $130 one for free with my 14600K. So Newegg made a mistake on the first day. And everybody in my Discord got that shit. Yeah, they did. Yeah. So when I redeemed my code, I just got the regular one, even though my invoice on Newegg said the premium one with Assassin's Creed. I'm like, whatever. I just figured it was a typo or whatever, right? And then a guy in my Discord was like, hey, yo, I emailed Intel, and then they gave me the better code. I was like, no way. Well, what's the worst they can say? No, right? I emailed Intel. They sent me the better code. And then I got an email from Newegg the day after that was like, hey, guys, sorry, we screwed up. On the first day of the deal, we had the wrong bundle. If you email Intel... So Intel actually told Newegg to email the people, and they were going to honor it. So I literally got a free 14600K. So now where I wanted to go with that was like, could you imagine a guy coming into the space and they see me and they're like, or you, and then they're like, hey, they're telling me to buy a 14600K, and they get Battlefield for, even the base one, Battlefield for free. They go to a large tech tuber and they're like, buy the 7600X instead. And I like that's a shame. That's a real shame. It's like,
I hope that person,
or Reddit.
whatever. Yeah. I mean, well, Reddit's always just been. I'm finding it's been way more just pushing the mainstream narrative, and they always just stick to it, and then they just mass downvote whoever kind of goes against it, even though they might be right. I found on Twitter when Hardware Unboxed was debating people about that, he was getting people raining it down on him. So I was surprised to see that. I was like, shit, people are actually calling him out on his on his wrong recommendation here. And I don't know, like the reasons he gave, like it's been a while, so I can't even remember exactly, but I know one of the things he was talking about was like platform longevity. And the whole platform longevity thing doesn't really make much of a huge selling point for me, because it's like you're talking about an average consumer and you're looking at it from the space where it's like, as an enthusiast, yeah, these people are always upgrading every year or two generations or whatever. But as the mainstream consumer, these guys are like, all right, just get me the list of parts or a configuration that I can ride out for like 5 years, 6 years minimum, and then when the time comes, I'm just gonna buy a whole fucking new platform. Like I'm not gonna be worried about like I want to put a 10800X3D in my
God,
X670 motherboard.
I literally had this conversation last week with the audience, and we had a guy. First of all, I don't have a single we're talking about the platform longevity thing. I don't have a single IRL buddy that's bought an i5 or like an i7-ish that's upgraded the CPU ever. They hold on to it for as long as humanly possible and then just buy a whole new PC after. I don't know.
It's the thrill of it too. Like I had a buddy.
That's true. Yeah.
Earlier this year, and he had an X570 motherboard. He was rocking a 3900 or something like that. I'm like, you know, if you want just to make it easier for yourself, why don't you just go for like a 5800X3D? He's like, no, man, it's been like 5 years. I want to build a new PC again. I want that feeling again. So yeah, I helped him build a 14900K. Helped him tune it. He's been happy ever since. No issues.
Yes. And then I had the exact same story. I have a guy on a 2700X. I'm like, it's easier if you just buy a 5700X 3D, whatever the hell they have now. And he's like, nah, I'm just gonna get a whole new PC. I've had this thing, exact same story. And then we had a guy the other week here on the stream, and he was like, I have a 12100. Should I buy a 14600K? So it's literally like, the guy wasn't asking, should I upgrade to a 14900K or a 13? Yeah. He wasn't a 7600 buyer isn't gonna upgrade to like a $900 CPU five years later.
Down the road.
That never happens, dude. The platform recommendation thing, I swear to God, is from people that theory craft what they think they would do, but they don't actually have IRL friends that are in that situation actually making that decision. Like I don't know anybody that's done that, dude. No, the people that do upgrade CPUs are the people at the top that buy the best every single generation. Those are the people that,
because they're the enthusiasts. Like,
yes,
they live and breathe this stuff, right?
Yes,
so like,
7800,
just into it.
Yes, 9800,
exactly.
10800. They'll buy the same one. They'll buy 5 CPUs on one socket. That's not the 14600 crowd. No, it doesn't. Absolutely.
I was looking at prices too, and I was like, because one of my friends, he has like a 3600, and he was asking me, he's like, is there anything worth upgrade? I'm like, I don't know, 5800X3D, and I looked, I'm like, holy fuck, why are 5800X3Ds on eBay going like $400? Forget that. Sell whatever you have, recoup, and then that'll give you some funds to subsidize your next big build. And then just do that, because you're going to get a more modern system. Your main objective was to get faster, right? So you're going to get that, and it's just going to have all the new modern features. So just do that. Like, I can see the side that they're coming from. Like, I personally did do that, because I had a system with an X370 board, and I just dropped in a 5800X3D in it, and that was just plugged into my OLED TV. So I was just using that.
Because you knew how to update the BIOS and stuff, though, too.
That's exactly
you knew how.
Exactly. That's the big thing. Like, you can't expect some random Joe Blow to, all right, I'm gonna go into my BIOS and some of those old X370 boards, dude. Like, you can't just jump from the early 2017.
You had to do
it. Specific one. If you messed up or used one in the middle or whatever, skipped one, bricked. That's it. Done. It's like, what are you gonna do now? You're gonna go to a PC store and try to like troubleshoot with them and pay it. It just don't work like that, bro.
And that's the recommendation that they got.
They're getting, yeah.
Unfucking believable, dude. That's ridiculous. So you want my buddy that's a plumber that plays Call of Duty to know about BIOS upgrades, or is it because I'm like his friend? Yeah. Come on, man. Like, what is how? No. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to like, and yet I'm gonna post this podcast on the channel after and go to the comments after, and you're gonna be like, bro, but the 14600K is on a dead platform. It's like, oh my. So I'm doing the video. Okay, I have a 7600 coming. I just finished overclock on my 14. Here's the thing. What if I gotta take a mad piss in a second.
No worries.
What if the 14600K is like 20 to 30% faster with a tweak, obviously, but not a crazy tweak, just like 20 to 30% faster, and you got Battlefield for free? Now you're a generation of speed faster than the other CPU that got recommended. Now you don't have to buy an upgraded CPU in 3 years. You can buy a better graphics card in 3 years. Isn't that the more logical play? I'm gonna talk about all of this in my video. Oh my god, dude. You know what the crazy thing is? Whenever I talk to another tech tuber about this, not just you, like everybody behind the scenes and stuff, nobody talks about platform longevity as nobody. Only Hardware Unboxed. For some reason, with only them, dude.
They bring it up as like this major selling point, but it's like none of the mainstream guys ever focus for it on their like main content pieces. They still promote them new hardware anyways. So what's the point? It's crazy, yeah.
It's just man, it's a real thanks to Lickin' Steak for the 2 and the 1. I don't know. It's man. I am passionate about people that don't have money not getting fucked over. That's like the only thing I care about. And like when I saw that tweet, I was gonna lose it. I try not to reply to other people's tweets if they're wrong. I try to do videos to show my point of view. Oh my god, dude, I was about to lose. That's why I bought the 14600. Well, plus the Battlefield. But I was like, I gotta do this, man. I was literally just gonna drop money on a 7600X2 just to make that video. The 9600X is the same price as the 7600X on Amazon. But I was still gonna go and spend the money on the shittier product because he said so. I don't know what the heck is going. Again, not to make this a hub bash fest, but my god, dude, what is going on there?
It's such an out of touch take, man. And it's like you have the hardware. It's like you can show it. It's like, why are you not showing the right configuration? I don't know.
You know, but you know he's going to. You know he's gonna do some like. I don't, dude. That's okay. We'll bash Hub for a second. His numbers never make any sense, man. Never. And nobody can replicate his numbers. It doesn't matter if you use the same Windows version, the exact same memory speed, the same configuration, out of the box. Nobody can replicate his numbers. Like, what is going on there? It doesn't make any sense. Like, his test bench must be so... Like, I personally don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know how they're configuring their test bench, what they're enabling, what they're leaving on. And that's the other thing, too, I guess I wanted to talk about, is that these days, bro, like, there's so many freaking variables now, too, that 10 years ago, when I got to this space, things I felt like were so much more simpler. Like, nowadays, you have different operating systems, different people talking about different drivers. Did you turn on rebar? Did you turn off hardware accelerated GPU scheduling?
Oh yeah.
Did you do? Oh my god, there's so many different variables now that I feel like it's become so much more complex. Than at the end of the day, people just. That's why I tell people, I'm like, you just gotta test it for yourself. Like, you're gonna have to configure.
I'm gonna go take a quick piss, but I have a question for you on that. Give me like 20 seconds. Sorry, just talk to chat for a sec.
Yeah, let me see if I got your kick chat here. Sorry, guys. I just see YouTube chat. There we go. I got kick chat open for you guys. 285Ks. I'm loving it. Yeah, 285K is a 6 CPU. Out of the box, yeah, it's not the greatest, but if you tune it right, there's a number of ways you can tune that CPU. Yeah, that thing flies, man, and it delivers such a good experience. Obviously, the mainstream tech tubers, they didn't know how to configure it, so their numbers weren't the greatest. I actually got to do a revisit of that. I wasn't really happy with my initial numbers too when I tested that CPU, but I familiarized myself a bit more with that platform, so I want to do a whole revisit of that CPU with all the updates and tweaks and tunes that I was able to mess around with. I wish I got a tuned-in board for Z890 as well. That would have been pretty fun.
I always get super dry throat when I stream. So I'm always chugging this stupid thing, but it makes me piss like a racehorse, and I don't know how to get around that. Maybe I should try chewing gum or something next time. I don't know. But anyway, I apologize for that, though. Probably have to go for one or two more pisses, man. But yeah.
All good.
So when you do your benchmarks, then back to the topic we were talking about. When you do your benchmarks, how do you decide? Speaking of the upgradability, the upgrade path and shit, it's like, what if you buy a 7600X and then the 10600X is like a dual CCD or some shit, and you're expecting the guy to know how to work with schedulers and stuff? Oh my god, what a
bro! That was when I first heard about that shit, I was so like irritated about AMD's solution to how they were going to tackle the dual CCD, only one of them having a V cache, because I'm like, you're relying on game bar.
Yeah,
that's your plan. You're relying on game bar, like something that most people, even the mainstream guys, like turn off game bar. It's not good for your system and shit. Even they were telling people in the earlier days to turn off game bar. And I'm like, AMD, that's your plan. Like, at least with Intel, when they came out with the big little core design, they came out with a actual thread director thing that was kind of built into the architecture. I'm like, that's cool. At least they have something that's such low level to help facilitate that. But I'm like, you guys are relying on game bar for your configuration. Let's see how well that's going to go for you guys.
And so when the 7950X3D came out, I was the only guy on the entire fucking YouTube that was like, this is a scam. It didn't work. It was horrible. And like every large tech tuber was like, yeah, it works fine. Just enable game bar and run these 7 different kernel scripts that I'm like,
use this Windows updates. It's got the better scheduler on it. I'm like,
God, man, like this can't be real life.
This is becoming so complicated. Yeah, dude, honestly.
Here's a question for you. When did common sense leave the building? It seems like so if I'm the only guy,
blew up.
If I'm the only guy that's like, this doesn't fucking work. Does anybody play games? Does anybody play games? I installed that CPU and it took me 5 seconds to be like, wait a minute. Windows can't differentiate between these cores. It's like, this isn't going to work. And yet nobody talked about that except for like 2 weeks later when everybody finally was like, okay, this doesn't work, right?
Yeah, there's like issues, and they're like making up their follow-up video. Maybe they did know. Maybe that was a plan. Maybe they did know. They post the results, and they're like, once there's enough talk about it, and there's enough hype about it, then they post a follow-up video like, all right, guys, I got the solution. It's like it's like that tactic where you create the problem and then you sell the solution.
Jay does that all. You know how this is another whole nother topic. Oh my god. When the 5080 came out, I was the only guy that said how awesome it was because of its overclocking potential. I was like, this thing goes to 3.3 gigahertz. It's insane. My day one review was insanely positive, and I got fucking lambasted for it because every other tech tuber was like, this is dog shit, no performance, the usual narrative. Jay, the next day, released a follow-up video that was like, oh my god, the overclocking potential. Now, a lot of people thought that he stole my video, but he didn't, because if you look at the clock on his Windows machine, he recorded that before the day one review. So he knew.
He already knew.
He already knew.
He already knew what the deal was.
And yet he released the day one video saying it was dog shit to get the clicks, and then released the other video the day after. Oh, by the way, this thing is actually awesome. But so
he did the same thing with the with Aeroleg too. I remember that he reviewed it like with I think he just did. You know, they all use the same freaking 6000 CL30 memory. So that shit pisses me off.
Oh yeah.
But he did that, and then he made the video on the 285K. He's like, we found the missing performance, and then he was using like 8600 CU dim that like I guess also was actually killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So he did that video, and then it was I guess to fulfill a sponsor spot for like G-Skill. Like, all right, G-Skill sent me these sticks, and your 8600. Look how much faster it is now. So he basically killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
It's actually quite genius, man. These guys are so even Hub is a fucking genius, man. These guys are so. The only reason I don't like Hub specifically is because his information really hurts the people that can't afford it. That's where I kind of draw the line. I don't think Jay does that. Jay, let him farm his farm, whatever, right? But it's like when you've been in the game for so long, they already know the videos that they have to make to get maximum engagement. And they already know how they're going to like refarm the same engagement 3 videos down the line. And then so I can see I can already kind of see myself not falling into that trap, but I could see how they fell into that trap. So before I even make a video, I know how well it's going to do. I already know how I'm going to clickbait it. I already know if the AMD bros are going to click on it or not. And it's like, it gets a little old because you're like, yeah, I don't actually want to make this video, but I'm going to do it anyway
like because
exactly. And then you're like, well, I have to do this because I know it's going to do well. And then now I'm kind of like back to the 9 to 5 thing again. And then if I don't do that, I don't get the views, I don't get the core sales, I don't make money. Now I can't feed myself, right? So it is a bit tough, man, when it comes to like, you almost have to have other side hustle. If you want to do this as like a, if you want to tell the truth forever and have fun and make the content that you want to make, you almost have to have a job or a day job or some kind of side hustle. It seems like you have to, because you will get punished.
To like the mainstream. Exactly. Yeah. If your channel, if you go the direction where you're conforming to like the mainstream takes and you're pretty much pandering what the big channels are doing, like there's a few channels I've seen who've done that. Who've started way later than you and I did, like only a couple of years ago, and all they've done is just kind of take the same main topics that the big channels are doing and just kind of rehash them in a way and just kind of double down on them and sort of like rage bait farm, like that crowd that's already sort of like riled up, right?
The only guy that I know, Daniel Owen is the only guy that I know that does that. He's very good at that.
There's another channel I know. I think Vex. He does that every.
I have no idea who that is.
He does that. Oh my god! You see one of his videos, and it's just like if you see one of his videos, it'll be the same fucking videos like the next 10.
Oh yeah.
Look at this. AMD is way better in FSR than in DLSS, and then it's like the same videos rehashed like the next 10 iterations, and it's like. You get mass views, and that's like you've grown way bigger in like this time span. But it's like, are you really having fun doing this?
So here's I get this. I'm not sure if you get this, but I get this all the time where they're like, you have low subscribers, therefore you're irrelevant, or like you're not growing as fast as this guy. How do you feel about the quality of the subscriber versus the number? And do brands also have what's the word, insinuated that they care about the subscriber number, the overall count? Like does it bug you?
It's an interesting question because yeah, ever since I pretty much made it clear that I'm gonna test the way that I like to test hardware, and if you're here for the ride, cool, I'll have you on board. If not, then go watch one of the other channels. And I've noticed and you see them in your comments, like you'll see a certain group of crowd that they're more engaging. They're actually taking away stuff from your videos and they're leaving insightful comments. And then obviously you'll have the randoms that are just kind of parroting the mainstream stuff. But yeah, I've noticed that there is a difference in the quality of the subscriber when you do that, when you go your own route and you're making content that's actually true to what you're genuinely interested versus you just kind of, jumping on the bandwagon. So there's that. In terms of brands, like the thing is, like I don't really have much engagements with like a lot of other big major brands. But yeah, I have come across it a couple of times too, where they basically they're being judgmental on just your size.
Yes.
Rather than looking at the quality of your like content, and they'll just refuse to work with you in that regard.
Does that bug you at all?
I guess a little bit, but to be honest, like I don't really blame them for it because it's just this the surface level way of thinking that we're unfortunately just the way society is these days. But yeah, I mean, it kind of does bug me. But it's just like whatever, you move on.
Yeah, I struggle with that too a lot. Not it doesn't bother me because so if you take a channel that has let's take Tech City. He's a buddy of mine, so I can talk about him, right? He has about 600,000 subscribers or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen Brian before.
Yeah, I make way more money than that guy does. Fucking unreal how much more money I make than that guy, right? And yet I have 37,000 subscribers, right? So it's like it's not me gloating. That's not the goal here. It's more like it's like the quality. It's hard to not get sucked into the frame of like of society where your value is based on how many subscribers you have, when there's literal channels that are 10 or 20 times my size asking me for advice on how to monetize the audience, how to actually overclock, how to make content. Dude, there's channels that have 1 million subscribers that steal my content, that watch. They're all fucking, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like,
no, I've seen that myself. Like, I'm like, I've had this discussion with other smaller creators too, where it's like, and they feel kind of, I don't know, if whatever you want to call it, they kind of feel robbed about it because like they make a video about whatever topic, whether it's a certain part or a certain thing they tested or something they discovered, right? And then another major big channel just comes along and then just pretty much
literally
copies the same content, and then says, "Oh my god, guys, this is like a big revelation," and then they get like a fucking millions of views, and then you have like the small guy kind of feeling robbed in the sense, or
they don't even give you credit, like, man.
They don't. Yeah, that's
they don't
the
even
thing.
give you fucking. Dude, you know how many people I've caught doing that shit on my channel?
Bro,
I literally call them out. Tech City has called them out too, and they don't give me credit.
Oh, they'll fucking make a they won't even say it in their videos. They'll make like a community post or a Twitter post and like, oh, post is about that particular channel video. I'm not gonna say or whatever because I don't want to feed into the negativity. They kind of position it in that way, and then they just say their piece, and then they just move on, and then they just make their content. Tech Wando, bro, this guy was one of the first to find out because he in his area, I think Massachusetts. There were a bunch of like local resellers of 4090s who were scamming people. They were doing that scam where they were basically removing the chip and the memory chips, and then they were like repackaging the card.
Oh yeah,
and
you can buy those off eBay.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, and they were like basically scamming customers, saying, "Oh yeah, it's a brand new sealed card," and then people would obviously buy them full price, $2,000, $3,000, and then find out there's no fucking chip in there. So he was like one of the first. He actually made a video where he met up with the guy and they like confronted him and shit. It's a pretty cool fucking video. Cool. And then the guy like almost ran over his friend because he was just so enraged that he fucking exposed this his scam. So he did that, and then like a few weeks or a month later, GN basically made the same video talking about the scam. And then I don't know if he sourced or I think he quoted another channel, but it was like another larger channel that he worked with, and it was just like, yo, man, like this, you were the first one to go on this. He even emailed him directly. Like he showed him GN, like Steve, the footage. He emailed him. He's just like, yo, like, look at this. Like, I feel like, you guys could highlight this and bring this to light.
He emailed GN? Oh my
he
god,
emailed him.
Dude, go.
Sent him an email and everything, all the proof, and GN didn't fucking credit him.
Dude, go back and watch the episode of me and Blackbird PC Tech. He did the same thing to Blackbird PC. Dude, Blackbird literally sent him an email saying, hey, I don't remember what the hell the topic was. But he fucking robbed the idea, dude. He stole that shit. He didn't even give him credit. He within 2 days of getting that email, the fucking video was up, dude. Okay, oh my god, dude. So I have a even worse one. Actually, so I when Call of Duty first came out, and like Warzone and stuff, I was one of the only people, like the main guy that was tuning that shit for everybody. And remember Tech Deals?
Yeah. I remember the tech deals.
Yeah.
I remember Chris and Paul would always poke at him.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. But
he had some interesting takes.
I didn't mind the guy because he was not afraid to go against the narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
He was kind of an odd dude, but he wasn't in anybody else's frame. I could respect that, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. That's so respectable. Just sticking true to what you believe in.
Yeah. So he made a tweet on Twitter. I'll never forget this, dude. He made a tweet on Twitter. He's like, why am I getting these results in the Call of Duty benchmark? I'm like, dude, you gotta set the thread count because it counts your E cores as real cores. That's what's screwing all the results up, right? He's like, oh my god, thank you. That fixed everything. Right in the DMs, right? Fucking 2 days later, the tech testers chick, the Norwegian girl or whatever. She's really, no, you wouldn't. She reviews like SSDs, I think. Anyway, she's quite large though. She's large in real life too. I saw her. She's like 6'4". She's an Amazonian, right? She's huge, dude. In a good way though. And then we're all the same size, lying down, right? And then and then she asked the same fucking question. And he gave her the answer that I just gave him 2 days ago. I'm like, brother, I called him out on it. I'm like, brother, I just gave you that answer and you didn't even, you know what he said to me? He's like, it's worth it for me to give her the answer because she's a large tech tuber. He told me that. And I was like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Because you don't want to. His channel was at 500,000 at the time, and I was at like 25,000 at the time.
He doesn't want to undermine himself.
Exactly. And I was like, I wasn't sure how I felt about that because I'm like, he was being honest with me, and from his perspective, he's like, there's no value in me engaging with you or giving you credit because you're so small.
At least he owned up to it.
Yeah, and I was like, I will never forgive you for this, but I understand, and I'm thankful that you actually fucking told, instead of just robbing me like these other motherfuckers, right?
Like,
what
do you think the psychology about that is? Like, just high egos? Like, what's up with the deal with that? Like,
no, to be fair, I do the same thing in terms of, like, the other week I had a guy contact me to come on the podcast. He's like, I want to come on the podcast. I look at his channel. He has 100 subscribers. I didn't even engage him.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. You can't really be hypocritical here about that too, right? Because it's like, it's not it's tough. It's not like malicious. It's that I think the person wants a freebie, or he wants to be put on, or what value does he have to offer, kind of thing, right? And then I'm sure Tech Deals felt the same way about my channel, where he's like, I get nothing out of this, so fuck this, kind of thing, right? I kind of get it. And what I say to those people is, you have to meet people IRL in real life, because Blackbird PC Tech, when he met me at CES, he had like 500 subscribers, and he like bought me a Ramsay burger and took me out and shit. and like we like just completely broed up, and now he's like now he's my CES buddy. So I introduced him to like my Asus reps, my MSI reps, my Gigabyte reps. I'm like getting him hooked up with all this shit. Now the guy is gonna pass me in subscribers in less than the next 6 months. Like he's growing fucking fast, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I know, fucking awesome, right?
I have to check out his channel.
So I'm like, I didn't put him on, but I definitely invested in him because he showed me that he wasn't just looking to be a taker. He was looking to actually be my friend, right? And like, by the way, if you want Asus reps, who's your MSI rep? Is it Cliff?
No,
it's not.
Are you dealing with the US division for your stuff?
Yes.
Because I deal with the Canadian division for MSI.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a Canadian division. No, I'm using the US guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I met them through. So, fun fact about me: I actually used to work at Canada Computers for a little bit, a number of years back.
Cool.
So that's how I got connected with some of these guys. And speaking of, we can actually talk about that because, like, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, we were talking about the whole YouTube stuff and the narrative. Working in a real life like PC parts retail environment, it also that was my other big reality check because like I was coming in there all hyped up like, you know, AMD this, AMD that, and then you work there and it's just like, fuck, people are coming in, they don't know a damn thing about AMD. They know Nvidia, they know Intel, but then you like educate them about AMD or whatever, and these guys, some of them, they still didn't go with it. They're like, no, I just want to stick with what I know. And it's like, that's the reality of like what's going on outside of this bubble of tech, YouTube, and Reddit or whatever.
Well, yeah,
I mean, that's a different topic. Sorry.
No, that's 100% on topic. Actually, I want to ask you about is Canada Computers crooked as fuck? Like,
oh man, no. Let's just say they're a fucking head office, dude. I think that's like a front for like some fucking Chinese triad mafia.
Absolutely, dude. I have, you know what? I have, fuck it. They treat me well, but I know they're so fucking. When those 5090s came out, they were hiding that shit behind the shelf, holding it for themselves and scalping it.
They're crooked, bro.
Oh so my god!
Our store got shut down. Our branch got shut down because we were a small network location, and we'd fucking fight back against head office with the shit that they'd want us to do. Like
Are you okay talking about that?
I don't care.
Oh, okay,
I'm not under any NDA or anything like that.
Like what?
No, like, so a lot of the bigger stores you might have noticed, like there's a bunch of big stores here in like Ontario, and like they're set up in ways where like certain employees are only allowed in certain areas, or like there's a guy who's in who only deals with like stuff behind the counter, like the motherboards guy. There's a guy who does like routers and shit or TVs. But like our store, because we were a smaller one, they didn't give us those specialized like fucking positions. They were like, you guys, like the way our manager operated, he's just like, I want you guys just to do everything, like whether that's selling motherboard CPUs, selling TVs, or selling hardware, or doing inventory in the back, like warehousing and shit. So it was kind of cool doing that because you got to learn pretty much everything, all the different aspects of how the store is run. But yeah, we'd fight back head office on a lot of shit. Like people would ditch like the larger stores and come to our smaller stores because they're like telling us how our crew would treat them so much more better with respect. Like, have you ever been to any locations and you've met that one guy behind the counter, and it's like you kind of ask him maybe as just a simple question, and he just goes on a total rant about, no, you have to do this because it works like this. And you know what that type of persona, the arrogant guy who just wants to like freaking vomit his like expertise on you just to make himself feel superior. It's like, I don't know why some of those guys are like that. You'll find some of those weirdos working there. Because they got picked on in school,
dude. It's the same thing as the old forum power tripping mod. Same as the Reddit mods. There's a that's never gone away. Oh my god, dude. The Canada Computers employees here are so fucking arrogant. Now when I walk in there and I'm like, you guys have no idea who you're talking to here. No, yeah, it's like, have you ever seen that meme where the guy goes into Home Depot and the clerk is like, "Can I help you with your project today?" And then the caption is like, "I know more than you. Please go away."
Yeah,
it's the exact dude. The Canada Computers employees, I don't know, they seem to like hire people that are also like that too. Well, like, I don't know. Anyway, not to shit on kind of computers too much, but it's like, no, I 100% know what you're talking about, though. I don't know why the whole picked on nerd thing kind of never went away, even in like the tech space too. Like some of these larger guys, especially like some of the guys in Linus's crew, they are like of that cut of cloth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of hard to put it into words. I know what you mean. It's that one like character, you know what I mean? Like you can tell like that all the social interaction they get is they have to just make it about whatever they're an expert in. Otherwise it's like they just can't have a proper conversation.
They're like retaliating for all the years that they got picked on. To like, well, the XOC guys are the exact same way. Oh my, do you have a Discord, by the way? Do you run a community at all? No?
No, I didn't start one yet because I'm like, it's too much work, man.
Oh my god, steer off. Okay, oh my god. What a, oh my, I'm not gonna.
Like, I don't have time to manage this shit myself. I don't know if I do a free one, there's just gonna be a whole bunch of, it's gonna be it's gonna be the Wild West in there. I'm like, I don't have the energy to deal with this.
How do you know all this stuff? Like, how do you know? Like, dude, I've made every mistake in the book. Like, free Discord. Come in, everybody. We'll all be friends. That was a fucking travesty. Like, oh my. And then now I'm like, well, I have to charge $5. Jufus is just in it for the money. He wants my $5.
It's like, I'm just trying to keep myself sane here. That's all I'm trying to do.
Oh my God, dude. It's the same thing back to the whole free. That's why I brought this up, the free Discord thing. You get these guys in the comment section too. They'll come onto your video in the comment section and reply to every single comment with like their authority and like what other people should do. That's, dude, if you say the words "you should" in my Discord, I permaban you. Those two words.
It's crazy entitlement. It's crazy entitlement.
I don't know
where you get off and going on someone else's free video and then trying to basically, like, I don't know, like just trying to make them do what you want them to do. It's like,
I don't know where that comes from.
Make your own fucking channel.
Yeah.
Make your own channel. Start your own channel.
Man. I don't know where that comes from, man. I swear to God. But stay away from the Discord. Because I was gonna say the XOC guys are kind of the same thing, where like if you ever interact with like the overclocking crowd, I would say that's probably the most toxic community when it comes to the hardware folk, because like not only do they try to like push others to do what they want, they also try to dick measure their like credentials on top while also trying to gatekeep others. It's a huge fucking weird energy type of thing, man. It's like, I have the secret BIOS for the Strix graphics card. I'm not going to give you the Strix BIOS. I have contacts at this company and you don't. By the way, you should also do this. They use like hardware as like a signature for authority,
like their identity. Yeah. Like this is
not realizing that they mean absolutely fucking nothing, dude. It's like that.
Dude, yeah, like that Battlefield video I uploaded. Like, there's this one dude who is fucking losing his marbles over the fact that I didn't supposedly run my 14900K at 5.9. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not that serious. It's not going to make a big difference. Clearly, it's like you're not testing this shit. It's like, why are you going off like that? It's crazy. It's like, and it basically just ends off. It's like, test it for yourself. And if you still don't agree, by all means, I'm saying upload a video to YouTube and share your results. Do it that way. It's like,
why do you think people don't do that?
I don't know, dude. It's like they just want to come to your channel and then give you shit for it and then see you. And if it's like, if you conform to that, it makes them feel supported. It's like,
yes, it does.
Like, I finally got him under, I finally have him wrapped around my finger. Now he's doing what I said. And it's like, I don't know, like it gives him that dopamine hit or something. Yeah, a lot of these kids are 13.
No, they're not. No, they're not, Tech One. No. They're not, dude. These are 40, and I know these guys. I've had them in my Discord. I have pictures of these are 40.
They didn't grow up then.
They're 40 and 50-year-old men. That's the saddest, dude. What? Oh man. So when somebody is on my channel and they're like, you should do this, Jufus, one of the first questions I'll ask them is how old they are. Because if they are 13 or even my wall is like 27, 28. If they're below that, I'm like, cool, okay, I get it. You just haven't learned how life works yet. You know how often people are actually in their like 30 or below? 5%. Dude, it's 40 and 50. It's 40 and 50-year-old men throwing full on fucking temper tantrums and hissy fits over hardware and like benchmarking. I'm not even, these guys are older than me with like, and they identify with a brand. I don't have a point there. It's more just like,
what? How can you be that old and simp to a soulless corporation? That's what my question is.
And why do you want other people to buy the hardware that you chose? Yeah, as a 50-year-old man, dude, you're gonna die in like 20 years. Like, shouldn't we like?
It's like I noticed now that you're mentioning, it's interesting about the older crowd. I noticed it's also kind of prevalent with like a lot of the younger crowd, like Gen Z. And I noticed with them, for them, it's all about seeking validation in everything they do. Like I noticed it, younger sibling, younger crowd, like you know what I'm talking about. Like anything they do, they need to post on it. Like whether it's social media, sharing it to their friends, family, whatever it is. It's just a matter of like seeking this sort of validation on anything that they do. I don't know what it is.
Can you give? I don't really interact with many young people, so I don't see that. The only kind of thing that I see of that is when some, like, I just had this like literally 2 days ago. A guy joined my Discord, and he posted a picture of him and Hardware Unboxed arguing about how he did a benchmark wrong, and then I was like, brother, what's the goal of posting that picture? He's like, he didn't have an answer because he wanted my validation that he's like fighting the good fight against Hardware Unboxed. I'm like, brother, what I want you to do.
You did such a good job.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever your name is, good job. You showed up Hardware Unboxed, man. You should keep doing that. That's what he thought.
That's what he wanted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of the only experience that I have with the whole validation thing. But no,
it's the same thing basically with the younger. That's exactly what they're going for, but they're not doing it. They're basically doing it on. And I'm not one to say that don't share your stuff online and share with your friends and family. But I'm talking about the people where it's like, constantly, whatever they do, buying a drink, they're posting it, going to this bar, they're posting about it, going to whatever, like anything that they do, they just need to post about it.
What do you think that is, or why?
I think it has to do with like upbringing from childhood, where they were probably like anything that they did, they were never told maybe no, or maybe never told that they were wrong. Maybe that's what it has to do with. But it's certainly interesting to see that behavior.
I was talking to an IRL chick friend of mine the other day, and I was because I was like telling her how I haven't talked to her in like a few years, and it was so weird because she was like I was like, yeah, I quit my day job and I do the YouTube stuff full time now, and she was like, I'm so proud of you, and then I was like, what a weird thing to say to an adult man. But it wasn't weird from her perspective, but from my and then I'm like, that's, and I told her, I'm like, that's just kind of a weird thing to say. She's like, why is that weird? I'm like, because I don't feel anything. I don't feel happy that you feel proud of me. Like, I don't feel the validation seek of another human. I couldn't give a shit if you're proud of me or not, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Whenever somebody, dude, I used to get that on my consults all the time. So whenever I would do a consult with a guy, the first thing they would always do was send me a picture of their build. I don't know what to do with this, man. I'm like, nice build. Like, I've seen 011 dynamic SL 120 fans. I've seen fucking 400 of these things already. It's like I eventually got to the point where I'm like, okay, this guy is paying me $500. He just wants me to say nice build, bro, and it validates everything.
500.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you just feed into it. Yo, that's another, maybe in the future that's another $500.
No, I just don't know. I don't understand what the goal is. Like, even if I say nice build, bro, then what? That's what I want. The whole validation thing doesn't make any sense. So the guy the other day that came in the Discord, if I'm like, good job sticking it to Hardware Unboxed, let's say I said that, then what?
Yeah.
So
then that opens up his gateway to him, I guess, kind of. Yeah, I guess for him it would open up this gateway where he'd be like, oh my god, now he validated that and, you know, cherished or praised me for it. Now I'm gonna start doing more of that stuff and I'll become best friends with him, and I guess that's what his goal is.
Dude, do you ever have any parasocial weirdos and shit? You kind of keep to yourself. Yeah, you kind of keep to yourself.
That's the thing. I feel like if I had a Discord, I didn't start actually showing my face and doing face talking head videos and stuff until recently, because I was just like, I don't know, let's just try this. That was like, and it wasn't even because like, oh, you know, what will people think about it? I didn't really give a fuck about that shit, but it was just more so like, I want to keep my lives separate, like my work life, day job life, that's separate. I don't tell coworkers about what I'm doing outside of work.
Yes.
My personal life stays personal, and then my YouTube life, you know, that's separate.
So you've never had a comment in your comment section. I've gotten this before multiple times where they're like, I bet you if I had a beer with Danny, we would be friends. You've never gotten that before? Dude, I'm not even making that shit up. Like, seriously, I've literally...
Maybe I have. I just don't really pay too much attention to those comments, to be honest. Or, like, after a certain point when I make the video, like that first couple of days or so, I'll be probably looking at comments as they come in. But after a while, I just kind of ignore it.
Dude. Oh, Maverick, thanks for 5 gifted over on Kick, man. I really appreciate that. My man, Maverick. I'll make sure to get half that over to Danny after the podcast. Dude, I get so much parasocial weirdness, and I personally don't know what I'm doing. Do you live stream at all? Or do you only do podcasts?
Well, yeah, only do some podcasts and just VODs. That's pretty much it. I'm thinking about it maybe every now and then. It's a cool, like, now that I did it live with you, maybe this might be the one that breaks the ice, you know what I mean? Just something that I'm like, I don't know how much my viewers would interact with it, but it might be something worth experimenting in the future with.
Okay, but you're doing everything right to not... How do I word this? To not, you're keeping a nice wall there. Now, so here's the thing about the parasocialness and like the wall. It kind of in the whole validation seeking thing, it kind of does help you monetize. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why the whole OnlyFans thing is like, so if the viewer feels like they have a connection with you on some level, they're much more likely to buy your products, invest in you.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea behind calls to action and shout outs and stuff. So like if MSI sponsors or tells you to, hey, can you say X870E is the best or whatever of Vanguard, whatever the fuck graphics card they have. If you have a connection with your audience on like a personal level, they're much more likely to buy the product that you recommend. So there's a pro and a con there, right? So
it definitely is true. Yeah. Because, I mean, you have to do it. Like, it's just the way this platform and social media in general works, where you can't just be totally monotone and, you know, be completely isolated amongst yourself. And because you're not going to get a good engaging following like that. You're just not.
Sorry, not to cut you off. So that actually relates to the Linus viewership thing too, because Would you say that Linus has a hard wall between him and his audience?
Kind of. To be honest, like he was one of the first channels I did watch, because like I got into the PC when I got into the PC space, this was like 2008ish, so this was like really early days of YouTube as well. This I used to watch. Remember, do you know Logan Tech Syndicate? Have you seen that channel?
No,
used to be.
I feel like I've heard that name before, but I've never
It used to be a big channel where Wendell used to work. Wendell used to work with that channel, and a few other people used to work with it. They used to be a big name in the YouTube tech. He went pretty downhill because he had this huge fight with like Wendell, and then they had a whole falling out or whatever. And that's how Level 1 Tech started.
700,000
yeah, but if you look at his views, bro, and he gets like only 3K, 5K or video, his channel pretty much tanked. But yeah, that guy, he used to be the OG Linus, bro. This guy used to work at Tiger Direct, and he would be like posting segments of doing product reviews and shit. Like, guys, look at the 8800
Dude,
GT.
This
and
is wild.
I'm pretty sure you've seen this guy.
I've never seen this guy. I'm looking at him right now.
I'm surprised. This guy used to be the OG Linus. I'm pretty sure Linus took his inspiration from Logan.
Dude, this is terrifying. He has 700,000 subscribers, and he gets less views than I do.
Yeah, I mean,
that's literally
at some point you gotta kind of come to terms where, I don't know, again, like I can't comment on what his real life situation is like, but at some point you gotta kind of come to terms where it's like, it's time to lay it to rest.
Well, it's not even, it's like, that
channel used to do big numbers. Like, go back 10 years ago, these guys were competing with like the big names. Like, these guys were bigger than
what
GN.
happened here? Oh, the fight with Wendell?
Wendell, yeah.
What was the fight about?
Wendell, I don't know. It was really complicated. Some shit about not getting paid or whatnot. I guess that's one of those things where, they say you shouldn't probably start a business with your friends and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
But yeah, that's where I think that it was just some big complicated fight like that and drama. So they went their own ways. And I mean, Wendell does well for himself, I guess. But yeah, Logan's channel, that went pretty much downhill.
It's interesting. Do you think that fighting amongst tech tubers kills? Because Linus was talking about that too. Where what did he call GN? A rat or something like that, or a snake, or backstab? What did he said? He said a specific like term. Yeah, and then that little clip or whatever. He's like, I got snaked by whatever that. I can't remember now. I don't want to put words in his mouth.
He also came to that realization that like, I'm just gonna do my own thing and I'm not gonna like fucking interact with these guys anymore. Now I'm just gonna be focusing on my own thing. Because he used to do that, like, go back like 6-7 years ago. Like, he used to call up, invite GN and do all these collaborations. He still does with a few creators, but I think with like, GN and Steve or Hub and all these guys, he just doesn't interact with them.
Is that a pro or a con? So here's the thing. Why hasn't GN, but remember how tech deals fucked me over because I'm so small? Why doesn't GN go after people that are smaller than him? It's the same thing, right? Where everyone's kind of playing this. I hate the politics. Yeah, I know. It's
just like, I'm gonna get. If I go over this, go out of my way and talk about this channel with 40K subs, like, who the hell's gonna care about that? I go after Linus, a mammoth in this space. Now that's gonna turn heads.
Why do you think Linus didn't defend himself or just bury GN? I wonder. I think he made a mistake there.
That he didn't like defend his honor there.
Yeah, like he just kind of took it and tried to like.
I think he was went through like multiple rounds with them, right? So by the third, fourth time, he's just like, honestly, I'm fucking tired of this. I'm just gonna move on, and whoever wants to stay, like whoever is still supporting us and following us, then that's great. And whoever wants to leave. Like, they're at that size where they have that cushion now. But I think it's just he got fatigued over it, man. Like he had like 3-4 rounds. Like the first it was like the backpack thing, and then after that it was like the benchmark thing, and then what was the third one? The honey sponsorship. So it's like,
oh yeah,
I don't know. He's just like
right.
To the realization that whatever I do, I'm not going to please this guy. He's just going to nitpick and find whatever he can to fuel that fire. So I'm not going to feed into it. I don't feed into it, then he's not going to get that engagement he's looking for.
Do you think that affected his channel of view counts?
I don't think so. Maybe for a short while, and it was some of it was self-inflicted because they to do that like self-reflection thing, they stopped uploading for like a week. So I think that is what caused most of their drop off.
I agree.
Rather than the whole GN thing, because like. Some people like I was talking to Tech Lab UK, right? And I was talking to him about it on Twitter, and I like his channel, and I personally think that once you get to a certain size, like there's such a thing as being too big to fail unless you do something.
Well, clearly not. Look at this Tech Syndicate, dude. Holy shit! And Tech Deals had about 600,000 as well. Gone, dude. Like some of these big channels. What was the keep going? Sorry, but. Too big to fail.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like obviously something like that is major. Like it has to be like a major shakeup within your organization or whatever for it to come to that point. But like if another smaller channel attacks you and riles up his crowd and they get the pitchforks and they start attacking you, I don't think it's gonna have that much of a big effect. Like now, if you do something within internally, that could be. That can be detrimental. Like, if some news comes out where it's like, oh yeah, Linus is like taking pictures of young kids. I'm not saying insinuating he does something like that, but something like that came out, then yeah, that would be the end of Linus. But like if some other channel came out and, which they did, and they did what GN was trying to do, I don't think it has any major effect on him. So I think if there's a big downfall that you can impose on yourself, it's like something that you did yourself rather than like look at Mr. Beast. Like look at how many people were trying to go after him.
That's that's the guy like builds wells in like Africa and like fixes people's eyesights and people fucking hate him. It just goes to show you that you're always gonna have haters. Have you heard of the 80-10-10 rule? 10% of people will absolutely love you, and you could be the devil and they'll still love you no matter what, and they'll buy whatever the hell you want. 80% of people will just be like in the middle there, like, hey, whatever. And then 10% of people will fucking hate you no matter what. You could be a Care Bear. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So 10, 80, and then 10, right? I was looking at Paul's hardware right now. And this guy has 1.5 million subscribers, and 2 weeks ago, he went from 150, 200,000, 160. He went down to 30,000, 90,000, 50,000, 50, 19,000 2 weeks ago.
How does a channel with 1.5 million views, you upload a video 1 day ago and you only get 26K views?
That's what I'm saying.
That is a fail. Like from what I've heard, the general consensus within the YouTube space is like for a video to be deemed successful for your channel, in terms of viewership, that is, it needs to get at least 10% of your total subscriber count. So he should have at least gotten sense. If he's getting 150K views a video, like that's for his channel size, that's considered successful. But 26K views, that's terrible. Like, see, and I'm trying to picture myself in these guys' shoes who are doing this full time, how they're feeling, because I don't like you set yourself in a very good spot where like, fuck you, like YouTube deletes your channel or whatever. It's like you have a big following and people who believe in your product and they're going to back you that in no matter what way. And you can just start up another channel and it'll do well because you've grown your audience that way. But these guys, like if Paul's channel gets deleted and then he has to make a new channel, he's probably only going to get like 200K subs or something like that. And he's going to have to try his super hard to kind of claw his way back into it.
Terrifying. This is making me not... Yeah,
it's like when I came to the realization where I came to the terms where I'm like, I don't want to do this full time. Like, even if I somehow blow up and my channel gets to like 100, 200K views, like I'm still gonna keep my day job because like I need that backup, dude. I need that cushion.
That's well. To be fair though, let's go back. We're focusing on the negative though. Let's go back to if you go back to pre-pandemic, if they
had so much success.
That's what I'm saying. So if they were smart at the time, they would have been taking all that money and investing it, doing other side. Like they should have enough money to where they don't even need YouTube anymore. That's what I'm saying.
they've had so much success to the point where it's like, all right, if YouTube somehow just
they should be like multi millionaires.
These guys aren't going to be out on the streets. Like, if they were, sensible with finances and all that, they'll probably be like, all right, whatever, I'll go back to a day job and just kind of live off that freely. Like, with all the amount of success and money these guys have made on their platforms, I doubt, they're living paycheck to paycheck. The
way that Linus was actually wording his video, though, he was like genuinely concerned about the view counts, though. But I think that's because he has
his voice, dude.
Yeah, 100%. But I think that's because he has employees. Yeah, he only has his WAN show is live right now.
Yeah, like I feel like if it was him, dude, and he was just like, I have to leave this space now or whatever, like I feel like, him and his wife, they could ride off into the sunset and that's it. Which I feel like, I don't know, he should have done that when that big major network offered him like that something crazy like 400 million.
What the hell?
Why would you not take that? I would have taken that and just fucked off somewhere and lived in isolation.
Yeah, man. Just dip, man. Oh my god. Yeah, but, he only has 6,000 viewers on WAN show right now. What
he has like
the
a lot of
hell?
employees now, right? Bro, I feel like he expanded himself way too largely, way too quick. And I feel like that was like what kind of caused the disconnect from his OG crowd. And he kind of lost a plot because when I got into that tech space in the 2008, like which is what like when we brought up Logan and all that. Like I remember, I enjoyed watching Linus's videos when he was at NCIX and he just did the whole Earth, like when he would be outside on the park or outside on the lobby or whatever, and he'd just be like unboxing shit. Like that was like fun. Like I connected with those videos way more than like ever since he became like BuzzFeed style shit. You know what I mean?
The buzz.
And that's one of the reasons. One of the reasons why it's like I'm not kind of leveling up on that style of editing. I'm just kind of staying true to my roots here and sticking with the style that I've been fine with and what I've been having fun with, right? And not deviating away from it. But like, yeah, like ever since Linus kind of went in that direction, I felt myself way more disconnected with his content over the last like multiple years.
I haven't watched nothing of it. There's no goal to watching his content. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But dude, I don't think, dude, 60. The gravity of that, he 16.5 million subscribers and he gets 6,400 viewers.
You have like 500 employees now.
No, I'm not even talking about that. It's just like, dude, if I do a live stream on Saturday, I average about 300 to 400 viewers. He has 6,000. That's
for a 15 million. Like, I don't know how much he has. It's like 50 million plus. He should at least be averaging like fucking 50K views.
That's what I'm saying. Like Asmongold and those guys, those Twitch streamers or whatever, they get like 100,000. That's really so. What do we do? Well, my views have been fine, thankfully. My audience, dude, I'm so blessed to have my audience, but
you know what it is? It's because people aren't subscribing to frame chasers or Techonomics because they want to see, what can this Asus motherboard do? They just want to see you and see the way you're talking about the product and what you have to say about it. What does what does Jufus believe in? What does he say? That's what they're subscribing for. They're not subscribing for, all right, I'm going to see this channel that's just going to review hardware. That's what that's why channels like Asmongold, Asho Speed, like that's why they can maintain that viewership, because people don't care about what they're actually doing. They're just coming to see them. They're just trying to connect with them in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
so again,
with these hardware guys,
back to back to the pros and cons of the whole Parasocial thing. Yeah, on the one hand, it's like the scariest thing of all when somebody's like, I bet you if I met you in real life, we'd be friends. That's fucking terrifying, right? But on the other hand, it's nice knowing that my viewers have my back, no matter, like, it's almost like I've created, I don't know what you call it, like a Techonomics is a bit different, but
following,
like they're more about
a community, like
they're more about that Jufus rather than the actual hardware of it, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you can have engaging conversations with them about various different topics with them, right? Like not just hardware.
That's true. Yeah.
genuine cool dudes.
So how are you going to
guys can
combat that then? Since you're not going to do the have a beer with me, bro.
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just gonna do my own thing, and that's it. That's why I'm like, I'm not gonna go full time if you have to do stuff like that. I just don't have the energy for it.
Dude, it's so exhausting. You have no idea. I don't think nobody has. And okay, if you go to Reddit, and it's a complete dumpster fire, right? If you go to any other tech tubers disc, why do you think Paul and Chris fucking quit in the first place? If you go to any other tech tubers Discord, it's an absolute complete train wreck of like the dick measuring and like the mods power tripping and all. It's a fucking people.
Every now and then I just tune into like Paul's like streams when he used to do them, like on like Sunday mornings and stuff, and I felt bad, man. Like some of the comments that guy would get, like they were brutal. They abused him, man. I hope he's doing well. I haven't talked to him in a while.
I'll get him on the podcast eventually. He doesn't even respond to me anymore. He's just like gone, dude. But
probably for the better, man.
No, I agree. It's like why I don't think people don't understand how much work it is to just filter people via their personalities. Oh my god, dude, it's a full-time fucking job.
That's the thing. They like kind of took advantage of his passion and they kind of manipulated him into doing stuff I guess he didn't want to do or he felt toxic about it. You know what I mean? And he was riding that wave, like he was riding that AMD crowd wave or whatever for the longest time, I noticed. And then when, he talked to Chris and when he met you and, his channel direction totally changed and he started having more neutral, grounded takes, that's when they kind of turned on him.
They turned on him. Yes, that's exact. They literally, dude. Oh my god, that's the one thing I'm so grateful for my audience.
With me, yeah. When I fucking made a video just bashing AMD about Vega, like I'm like, yo, this is a dog shit product. You guys should be embarrassed about what you did. And I had a very like strong AMD centric like following it. It was really, my channel was super small, but like pretty much like 99% of my subscribers were very AMD loyal fanboys, and that was like one of the reasons why like my channel didn't blow up like or go global so much since then as it should have, like from that trajectory, because like
and you see like minus 200 subscribers or whatever, and like
that's the thing. Like I see channels that have 200-300k subscribers and their total channel view count is like 5 million, 4 million or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, like I have 3 times that and my channel size is smaller in terms of sub count. And that's one of the reasons why it is because, I'm not conforming to that shit anymore.
I will say, fuck, I gotta take another piss again. There are a lot of tech, actually, I gotta get, what's his name? Tech Potato, Ian Cuttress on sometime. He caught, I always suspected this, but he caught, I think it was a bunch of tech tubers at Hot Chips or something. He was eavesdropping and he caught them talking about buying subscribers, and which kills your channel, by the way. But I think there's a lot of that going on too, because a lot of this shit doesn't make any sense, man. Like I based off of my growth and my Twitch growth, my Kick growth, my live streams, like 10% of your subscribers should be or whatever. Like my views are way fucking higher than 10% on Twitch, my live streams, my YouTube, like even my Techonomics podcasts. There's like 5,000 subscribers, but I got like 1,500 to 2,000 views per podcast, right? So I always had this suspicion. There's no way you could have more than like 200,000 and get like less than 10,000 views a video. There's no fucking way. Even if you had some crazy scandal with Wendell or whatever, I can't see that happening. And yet you see that shit fucking everywhere, dude. All these dead tech channels, I have a theory that they all bought accounts. There's no way. There's no way. I have a theory because do you think if you had 200,000 subscribers that you would be in that situation? Maybe. I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Like it just depends. Like it depends. So many variables and the way the algorithm works. what kind of content you're uploading. Like if you deviate away from, I think that's one of the reasons why Bitwit just kind of deviated away from this PC tech space too, and he started doing his own thing. I think he runs like a movie podcast or some shit like that, or a secondary channel. But yeah, like it's tough. Like and I don't have any explanation as to why something like that can happen, where a channel with like a couple 100,000 subs, or even channels I'm seeing now that have like millions of subscribers, and then they upload a video and it only gets like 20k, 30k. I'm like, that's a dead video. Like that video bombed for your channel size.
Yeah. That's terrifying, dude.
I don't know. Some people chalk it up to like, this is just a down season. It's gonna get better. It's so unpredictable, dude.
What do you think it is?
Like for the low like the low viewer count?
Yeah.
I feel like it just could be a multitude of things, but I think they definitely changed something, and I think maybe that whole age verification shit might have had something to do with it too, where certain parts of the world they're like asking people to verify their age. That and yeah, the thing that you said, where they're trying to get those, not count the views that are just like click. Watch a few minutes and then move off. Like, you know, there's just
they're
those,
counting
like,
views differently. So that's the only thing that makes sense in my mind. Where like a large tech tuber, if they're doing like fireworks zoom cut type of things, they're gonna have like a zoom cut firework type of viewer, right?
Yeah.
And whereas if somebody's watching my video, they're gonna probably watch at least half of it, right? So I think maybe that's why I don't see this whole impact of this. That's my theory. I don't know. I've heard that's what the case is, because Twitch is also cracking down on view botting. And if you go to the statistics of all of Twitch now, it looks like Twitch lost like 20% of its viewers overnight. That's not what's happened. It's just that they got rid of bots.
Rid of the bots.
Yeah. So now all these large people that were at the top that had like 70,000 viewers, now they have 10,000 real ones. So it's almost
so much artificial inflation there.
Yes, it's almost like we need to rejig how we think a view should be. I gotta take a mad fucking piss though. I can't hold it. Give me, and then we'll wrap this up though. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Sounds good. What you guys are talking about here? Robbie Tech Discord mods are AMD fanboy power trippers. Yeah, you can't really create a community like that, because all you're just doing at that point is you're creating an echo chamber. That's all you're basically doing, and I don't want a community like that where I'm basically just pandering to a certain side, because that shit it's just self-torture. You're just mentally torturing yourself at that point, because you're not talking about shit you genuinely love. It's one of the reasons why there's like so many big Twitch streamers who stop playing that certain game that they got that made them popular in the first place, is because they just get so burnt out. It just becomes so toxic. Yeah, and it doesn't last. Eventually, you're gonna have to adapt. It just doesn't last. What happens if all of a sudden Intel comes with an amazing chip in tech? If the narrative flips over, and you see the mainstream crowd gravitating towards that, then that's what the mainstream tech guys are going to push. It always goes that way. It always does.
Oh my god, sorry again. Fuck.
I had a lot of fun working at RT. Fun work? Oh Oh, you have a Kick subscriber who worked at Artesianville's.
I do.
That was I was reading your Kick chat. Yeah, those guys, holy shit. Yeah, like that's one of the things I was like, give an example, like, just the self-infliction. Those guys fucked up hard.
Dude, oh my god, that's another thing you have to come to see. By the way, there's one last topic I wanted to talk about before we call it. But if you actually do go to CES or any kind of tech convention or whatever, you're gonna meet a lot of system integrator owners and stuff. They are not doing well. A lot of them are in debt. When you actually like, if you ever
talking about like talking about the small boutique ones, you're not like HP and Dell. Those guys are
no, not that. No, not that. Yeah, like the boutique ones. The boutique ones,
like iBuyPower, CyberPower, like those type.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, dude, a lot of them are in trouble, and they're running in the red. When you actually understand how the business model kind of works, the artesian thing makes a lot more sense. Like it was. I don't even sell PCs anymore because of how like, dude, I would upsell a PC build by $1,000, which is crazy fucking margins for a PC to like a COD, bro. It is still not worth it. Still, because who do they contact if there's a Windows update? Who do they contact if there's a new scheduler? Or if a game patch comes out and then they need to know if a resizable bar should be on or off, who do they fucking contact? It's, dude, the man hours on tech, and not like
I don't want to do that tech support either, dude. It's because like my whole life, people have come to me within my social circles, whether that be immediate family or friends, and I'm like, I wouldn't want to do this with like outside consumers either.
Dude, I actually have a question. Dude, I have a question for you, actually, like a personal one. Do you get resentful when people constantly, you're like the go-to guy to save them from their incompetence?
To be honest, I'm all open for helping out people wherever I can lend a hand. But like at a certain point where I feel like the person's overextending.
How often does that happen?
Not too often, because I have a good way of shutting it down.
Okay. How do you? Can you help me? How do you shut it down? How do you do that? Dude, it's so bad for me.
Dude, honestly, just give them short. Once you start doing that short answer shit, they get the message. Hopefully.
Then what do you do if they call you a dick for not helping them?
You block them. Move on.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, that's all you can really do. There was one more topic I wanted to God, what the hell was that? It was an important one too. Oh yeah,
we're
right.
The system integrators.
The 14600K kind of related thing again.
Okay.
Well, then we'll wrap this up. There's so many more topics. We'll have to get you back on. But
could be.
Yeah, dude, there's so many topics. Do you think, or are you getting the vibe that, because how you were saying that everyone was calling out Hardware Unboxed on Twitter about the 14600K, that was a bad call, right? I also think and find that there's like not a new generation, but there's like this movement of, even in the audience, there's like a movement of people that don't want to see consumers get fucked by misinformation anymore. Am I out to lunch on that one, or are you seeing that too? Or maybe just general misinformation?
No, I definitely see where you're coming from there. I've seen it too. Like I'm starting to see that too amongst like in my comments or like reading forums and stuff online. Yeah, it just goes back to what we were talking about, how going forward, there's going to be a pretty big divide about how people do things like testing hardware, testing games. And yeah, you're going to see the guys who are still sticking to those old traditional methods of just, press your XMP button, press play and hit the benchmark button. And then there's going to be the crowd that, actually gets into the whole nitty gritty of things.
Yeah, but I think as we go forward, that's going to become not misinformation. Can you call it that? It's like The out of the box guys and XMP guys, what if they install the wrong Windows and their numbers are completely fucking what if Intel so the Nova Lake is supposed to have 3 different types of cores?
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean,
where do you draw the line? What the hell are we even doing here? Like, how are you going to do it?
It's interesting. Try to test out as much variables as I can and show results that way. That's really the best way you can go about it. And then, yeah, just publicize your results. Show people, like, you know. The thing is, I've noticed that what's interacting with some of these people, some of them, they just feel like they don't want to be helped. You know what I mean? Like, they'll leave comments in your comment section. And like, you'll try to tell them, like, this is maybe what the right thing is that they should be doing, and then they just completely ignore your advice or just become defensive about it and then say, no, this is what I'm going to be doing going forward. And then you just have to come to the realization that you can't really help these people.
Are you talking about other tech tubers or the audience?
No, I'm talking about the audience.
Oh, yeah. So when I encounter those people, I know they're not in the market to actually buy something. Because if they were, they would be asking very thorough questions to make sure that they bought the right thing. You wouldn't be combative towards somebody trying to help you if you're asking questions on how to buy the right thing. That's how you know right away if they're a fucking AMD hardware bro or if they're actually interested in buying something, right? But what I wanted to wrap up on then is like I want to help anybody that wants help squashing misinformation. I'm all about that shit, dude. So like if you're like financially struggling and you want to go to CES, fucking go on the couch. I'm all for that. If you want like I'll give you my Asus contacts, my Gigabyte contacts, Intel.
Appreciate the offer.
Yeah, dude. Whatever. Because I am gonna have a wall of how much reach I'm gonna have because of all of the. I'm pretty abrasive. I have no problem calling another tech tuber a piece of shit, and that's only gonna get you so far. But in terms of like, let's say like you, Tech Lab UK, Blackbird PC Tech, God, I don't even know who else now. There's a lot of people. If there's anything I can do to help you guys grow and just like help
combat that misinformation, yeah.
Not just that, but like, man, I've told this story a million times where it's like I've had an IRL buddy when Black Ops 4 came out. That was the Blackout Battle Royale on PC. He bought a Zen 2 because of Hardware Unboxed. And I was running a 1680 V2 because of Brian Tech Yesterday, which is an 8-core Ivy Bridge Xeon on X79. It was DDR3. And I was getting 100 more FPS than my buddy that bought Zen 2 and followed Hub's recommendations. And I'll never forget that how fucking heartbroken he was. The guy was crushed, dude. He's like, I'm on the latest platform. I have the latest DDR4. This large tech tuber said it was the best, but you have 100 more FPS than me on 8 years.
It was literally like I did everything he said. He was like, you know, what was going to work. Like I did everything he told me to do. And I'm not getting the results that I expected. Or maybe, you know, he thought that was the norm. Like, and maybe his results maybe did line up, right? And he thought that was, all right, that's the norm. And then he sees what you did, and it's like, oh shit, like that is what was actually possible. I didn't know that was...
For a fraction of the money, too. That was the fucking crazy part of it. And then at the time, I kind of rubbed it in because I wasn't the tech. I didn't understand the dynamic. I was like, he's like, bro of mine. I'm like, should have listened to me. Some guy in his fucking basement, right? And now because I've done so many consults with people, and I've seen how many people have just gotten burned from just listening to these the fucking buy it now, buy the AMD, buy this. I'm just like, oh my God, dude, there's so many people out there that can't, they're literally hurting people that can't afford that shit, dude. And so My goal, I know I'm going to have a cap, but you might not have a cap. So if I can get in there now and help you in any way, just fucking let me know. And I got your back, dude. 100%.
Appreciate it.
I got your back. Yeah. If there's anything off camera, obviously, but if you think of something that I can do to help you, fuck, absolutely, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it goes back to that thing we were talking about, like people, you know, how things are going to be going moving forward. For other tech creators, like just calling things out like they are. So when I saw the amount of people that were, you know, talking about Hardware Unbox's tweet and actually replying to him and telling him how wrong he was, and it was funny, like they were giving him like they weren't like just attacking him and insulting him, like they were showing him practical examples of what is better value, what works and what doesn't work, and he was just being so arrogant about it and just not accepting it.
I have a theory.
I'm like, I don't hate the guy. I'm like, I'd run your channel the way you do, whatever way you want to structure your videos. It's just that when you make a video and then you talk about the other side in such an arrogant way and you're being so dismissive, and then all you do is say, oh yeah, they're wrong, they're idiots, they don't know what they're doing. Like what he did to Chris when Chris was trying to communicate with him too about the whole Gear 2 shit. I'm like, that's just not the right approach. And eventually people are going to start seeing that. I hope they do. And I think people are starting to see that stuff. Like the amount of other smaller channels that I see talking about it. And, you know, they're like, yeah, guys, we got to just test things for ourselves, call things out like they are. And that's the best advice that we can give.
Do you know what I think that is? Actually, Blackbird PC, PC Tech brought this up. He said that he thinks Steve Hub has an imposter syndrome type of thing going on there. And I 100%. I looked that up because I didn't understand the exact definition of it. And it's basically because think about it from if you think about it logically for a second.
Content in the past in a neutral grounded manner, like what you or I do, they've done that shit before. Like GN, bro, like when Zen 3 5000 came out, he actually made a video focusing on the 10600K, and it was a pretty good video. I was like, damn, like these guys actually tuned it, they give it fast memory, and their recommendation was like, guys, don't worry about fucking 10900Ks or 5950Xs, just buy this, you'll get like 99% of the performance. And I'm like, that's it, that's the good value shit that people appreciate. Like, how can I take this like mainstream platform, this mainstream part, and sort of like tune it in a way where I'm getting so much more value for my money? I'm like, that's the type of shit that interests me and what I like to show to people. So that's why I'm like,
there's so many. Okay, before we call it, there's so many layers to that, dude. So
I know it is.
If you think about it logically for a second, let's take the 14600K and the 7600X example, or just in general, right? Why would somebody plant their flag so sternly on doing things out of the box? Now, the argument that would come right away would be that's how most people would run it. But what's the goal in calling everyone else that doesn't do that stupid, though? So that's more than just a idea. That's like you know what I'm saying?
Like, I feel like his defense to that and the replies that he made, because someone called him out on that, he's like, okay, fine, you're talking about out of the box, and you're calling people who are tuning their CPUs, and not even in an extreme manner, idiots or clowns or whatever. But the guy's like, you're running XMP, which is technically overclocking, no? And he didn't have a response to that. He's like, oh, XMP just works, and I'm like, that's I know this guy doesn't fucking test hardware, because bro, you know what damn well DDR5 XMP, how fucking messed up that shit was. Oh my god. Even Chris knows, I had a conversation. I'm like, dude, like back in the early days, like when the platform DDR5 was so new, I'm like, bro, none of these fucking XMP kits work. All these manufacturers are so fucking lying. I'm like, you can't even fall back on that whole, well, we just do XMP because that's out of the box. I'm like, that's not even out of the box at this point, because your XMP is not guaranteed to work. If you want to, that's the defense you want to rely on.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, he does use
XMPs.
But why do you think he? Okay, so why do you think he is so stern about out of the box? And why do you think he calls everyone else idiots that doesn't believe his way is the best way? Like, why is he black and white about it, and why is he not considering other? Like, why would somebody do that?
Reasoning behind it,
exactly,
but
makes no sense, right?
It might just come exactly. It just either he's afraid that it's gonna heavily undermine his work, which is what he's created his whole like life around at this point, or he just doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Fucking bingo. I think he's going to get found out as a fraud. Not a fraud in terms of his out of the box. I think it's self-preservation. That's the only thing it can be. Yeah. He's trying so hard to squash aggressively. Like, he's being fucking condescending about it. Like, he's trying to.
Someone's like, in his comments, I was reading it. Someone's like, bro, like, that chip is not running correctly. He's like, are you looking at your frequency? He's like, what? Isn't it just the average of the E cores and P cores? I'm like, dude, come on. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, dude, well, it's the same thing with Wendell not knowing what a VID table was, man. The more, dude, it's crazy. The more you kind of see the Matrix, it's so stupid saying it that way, but like, when you see the Matrix and you see how much knowledge these guys at the top, when you see how much knowledge they actually have when it comes to hardware, it's 100% self-preservation. So I think you're gonna see this, like, again, divide. The guys at the top are going to insist that their way is the right way, because if they don't, they're fucked. Like where is he gonna? Because where is he going to learn how to tune all these systems now, and Windows and games and fucking hardware and every single gear ratio, every single type of memory, every single type of core, every single setting and every single BIOS of every single vendor and what it means? Like,
it baffles me, 'cause, like,
nobody's doing that shit.
Amount of hardware he gets at his disposal, like this, he makes motherboard overview videos where he's like going through 25 different motherboards. It's like, how are you at this point where you have all this hardware in your inventory and it's like you didn't actually experiment with it and find out what the right way was, right?
In his defense, though, he has a family. Like, he doesn't have time for that shit. That's what it is.
It is. But I mean, and honestly, I don't care. Like, you make your video the way you want it. You share your results and methodologies the way you do. But it's just that stance you take where it's like, no. If you listen to those guys and you're comparing their results to mine, they're clowns and idiots. Don't do that. They're just follow my work. My work is the right and only way. I'm like, that's not the right attitude.
So if he would, this is how you know, when the whole imposter syndrome came up, I thought, I was like, holy shit, that's got to be it. So if he was just like, I encourage you to go watch every type of content and make your judgment call based on how you're gonna run it. If he was like, cool, then there wouldn't really be. He would be in the right then, wouldn't he? But because he's trying to attack anybody that tunes, it's almost like he doesn't want his audience to see the fucking light.
You could tell, because the comments he was like jiving with were the ones who were, those like super exaggerated comments where the guy's like, there's one comment, it was like the top most voted ones, which kind of tells you about the mentality of that crowd. Oh, Hub, you didn't test with 10,000 mega transfers tier 1 memory, and you should have actually overclocked your 14900K to 6.9 gigahertz, and then you would have beat the 9800X. And it's like the top most voted comment, and he's like hearting it or whatever. I'm like, there you go. That's what's going on.
So it's a black and white type of thing. They don't even consider any of the gray, right?
Because he knows, like, the vast majority of his crowd, like, they've kind of drank that Kool-Aid in a way.
And you know what bothers me about that, though, is that he's not interested in doing what's best for the consumer. That's the fuck. Do what you want when it comes to, like, out of the box, whatever. There's literally a CPU, a 14600K. You buy that thing and you get Battlefield. and you buy a nice 7,000 kit of RAM, you get an AYW motherboard, whatever, 500, like 450 US all in with Battlefield, and the guy is fucking crushing it. And it's like,
you can't let your perception just be fogged up by one brand.
He's not trying to help people.
Yeah, and then you're not helping people, and then some people they genuinely just fall into that trap, right? Like, imagine, fuck, what was I gonna say? Like, you know how people have that narrative where it's like Nvidia's evil, AMD, they're the pro consumer friendly company. How many GTX 1060 owners got to play Battlefield versus how many people got to play with their RX 580s? None. Those people, they got the message that their GPU is not compatible. GTX 1060 owners. So who's the more evil one there? Who's actually more supportive of gamers? You know what I mean?
Well, Big Nick got it. So Big Nick just got it right. Hub is so far down the rabbit hole now. If he's like, hey guys, actually the 14600K is a good buy. If he said that, he would lose money. But if he said that, at least he could have some fucking respect, because then at least he would be trying to give the audience the best information and not what gets the most views. So he followed the money. So he's following the money. He doesn't want to be found out that he knows nothing about fucking hardware. This turned into a total fucking hub bash fest, which is it's so frustrating to me, dude. It's so frustrating.
Well, I wish people could see it. So that's what we're trying to basically call out, and that's what we're trying to showcase on our channels. Like, this isn't just the only sort of path you go down. There's different ways to go about this, and that's what we're trying to show. And we're not being arrogant about it and saying that no, that's wrong. You want to do XMP and only go that route? Cool. Like, I respect that. You're happy with the end result. That's all that matters. But for the guys who want to come to my channel and be like, hey, like, what if I disable this or turn this on or tweak it in this way? Like, what are the results? Like, that's what I have fun with, and that's what I like sharing.
Yeah, I guess my gripe with the larger guys is somewhere along the way, I guarantee all these guys started trying to help people, and that's how they got the following that they got. And at some point it warped into this weird, twisted, my way or everyone is stupid. If I say anything positive about Nvidia on launch day, you get shunned by the community. It's this weird, this whole, dude, I don't care. I'm gonna plow through all that fucking shit. I'm gonna be the one guy. I don't care. I'm gonna be the one fucking guy that does what's best for the consumer and the audience, man. It's just
exactly.
I don't know,
and
man.
That's probably one of the reasons why I won't be doing this full time, because if that means having to conform to that shit, hell no. I mean, I look at I made a video about a 285 about 285K and a Z890 motherboard. Shit only got like 5,000 views.
Yeah.
Made a video about the 9800 X3D and the X870 Tomahawk. It was like 30 times more views. It just goes to show you. Right? Made a video about undervolting the 5070 Ti, whatever, 20K views. Made a video about that was the video I uploaded right at the beginning of my Japan trip, because I'm like, at least I got that out. That video has like 120K views now about the 9070 power limiting shit. And then I made a video about the 9800
Nobody owns
X3D.
that card. Nobody bought that card. But what the hell? Okay, keep going.
If that card was actually selling in the way the YouTube bubble will actually lead you to believe, why isn't it on the Steam hardware surveys?
Yes.
And you have like all the 50 series on there now.
Yep. Well, even there's that guy on Twitter that keeps track of all the sales data. Radeon GPUs don't sell shit. Well, obviously.
When I was working at Canada Computers, the amount of our ratio, like with, I don't know about other stores, I'm pretty sure it was the same probably, but our ratio of Nvidia to AMD card selling was like fucking 20-1.
Yeah, when I had Power GPU, he's a CEO of a system integrator. I think
I've seen the guys work.
Yeah,
he makes some really cool builds.
Yeah, I think he sold like 4 AMD graphics cards last year. 4 total. Like, that's it. Like,
just goes to show you, man.
Yeah,
it just the comments the loud minority, it doesn't reflect reality.
The weird thing is, though, is why the loud minority has such a large pull on YouTube.
It's weird. Yeah,
that
like,
is
I don't
weird.
know what it is. Like, are like YouTube admins who manage this shit like secretly AMD fanboys themselves?
Maybe.
Like, is that what happened? Like, when I was starting this channel and it was on a good trajectory, and then as soon as I turned on AMD, someone shadow banned my channel. Is that what happened? I don't fucking know, man. It's a mystery one of life's mysteries that I think we'll never solve.
That's a fucking mystery, because like your undervolting 9070 XT video got 120,000. I guarantee 120,000 people didn't buy that fucking card, right? So who the hell is watching this shit? That makes no fucking sense.
Even the negative AMD shit will have a large pull. Like that very first video. I guess maybe because that first video I did was a first face cam reveal shit, so maybe that had something to do with it. But that video I posted about like that stuttering shit, and the whole reason why like I went through that whole adventure is because I was using the 13700K and then the 13900K on the test bench for the longest time. And then when I finally got the 9800 X3D, I'm like, why the fuck am I experiencing this shit? Like
the dip, you mean?
It didn't. That MSI, not the MSI, the afterburner fucking power monitoring dip. That was,
I have to
go and revalidate that, because like, I'm like, I even said in the video, I'm like, guys, the reason why it took me a while to narrow this shit down is because this was not happening on my 13900K. Like, this is new as soon as I switched to the 9800 X3D. Why the fuck is it doing that? And then I'm like, I turned it off, and lo and behold, it's all good. But for some reason, Intel wasn't exhibiting that. Something I'm going to explore in the future. But yeah, like, even the negative AMD content like that will have that video blew the hell up way more than I anticipated. But that will do it. And then I just recently made the other one a couple months ago, where you like, and it's funny because like you see all these posts every day now about 9950 X3Ds, 9800 X3Ds, or just Zen 5 dying on like X870 motherboards.
No
and
one
like,
talks
none of the big
about
guys
it.
are talking about it.
No one's talking about it. Yeah, we didn't cover
shit. Fucking, we gotta do an investigation.
Yes.
Jan, I'm gonna go to Intel's headquarters. I'm gonna interrogate them and do that. And it's like, where's that piece on AMD now?
Doesn't that? Yeah, man. I mean, we can wrap it up here, but holy shit, dude! It's nice to see that other people aren't just fucking dumb. Like, there's no not to be like derog, but like, it's nice to see. I wasn't expecting to go this direction on this podcast, but it's just nice to see that like people have eyes, man. It's like,
you get those eyes once you actually test shit for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh my
it's like
God.
you can. It's a veil that you can finally pull off the curtain when you actually go out there and buy the stuff for yourself.
It's not just hardware too. It's literally anything. You just get told something by somebody with a large following, and you go and you test it, and it just ends up being wrong. And I don't know that, not just hardware specific, but I don't know why all these misinformation narratives. Yeah, keep going.
You know which community is super quick to call that shit out, and these guys, it's like I love the way that the community works. So for a time being, I actually got into the whole like auto detailing shit. Like I got so into it, like ceramic coatings and what iron remover for your wheels is the best shit. But like that community, you'll meet a group of guys there that will actually, every single one of them, they'll test that shit for themselves. Like they'll call that YouTuber or whatever influencer out, like, oh, this guy promoted this fucking $600 ceramic coating, and that shit, and we bought it for ourselves, and that shit fucking wore off in a month. So he was wrong. Don't buy this shit. Like,
you know what I think that
will go out and do that stuff. I don't know what it is about the hardware community.
No, you know what it is? Car guys have more money, so they can do it. That's what it is. Yeah, it is. The hardware audience are fucking broke, dude. You know how many people are like not to be condescending, but like, man, like the hardware audience
or something.
Yeah, well, even like my IRL buddies, I had talked about this story too. The other day, he was like 3 weeks ago. He's like, "Can you build me a PC?" I'm like, "Sure. How much?" He's like, I got about $800-900 Canadian to work with. I'm like, that's a Switch 2, brother. Like those days are gone. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't have a perception of Like, they just don't have fucking money. So when that's the most common kind of counter argument I get. It's like, go test it yourself. Like, I can't afford to test it myself. Then I'm like, you have to make a choice on who you think is bullshitting you or not. That's all you can do. And I can't. If I could invite you into my fucking house,
lead them to the waters. You can lead them to the waters, and that's how far you'll go.
All
it's
you
up
can
to
do.
Them to teach themselves to drink it. It's like, if they can't get to that point, then unfortunately, like, dude's unhelpable.
Can't help you.
You could tell them, yeah, $800, $900, I can get you something, but then what's gonna happen is you're gonna come back to me in a year and say it's fucking slow and this and that. It's like, if you want to avoid that, build it, raise up your budget to at least 2K, and then you've got something nice that you can ride out for multiple years.
Right.
But if that's, I don't know, if you want to settle for that, then you're gonna have to do the parts hunting yourself and try to find those cheap super gems like that Empower board I got. Dude, I was so lucky, man. That guy turned out to be an international student from Taiwan. I'm like, man, you don't
I totally forgot about that. Oh my god. I wanted that motherboard for so long because it's MATX too, and I could never get it.
It's one of those all these Z90 boards that's too dim and MATX. It's a nice board, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck MSI didn't release this shit here. I hope they do.
No, they never will. All the good shit that MSI has, they don't release in North America, and I don't know why. They are the only vendor. It's called a 5060 Ti Cyclone. China only. It's a single fan 5060 Ti ITX. I'm like, I contact my rep. I'm like, I need this for my build because I'm like, dude, look at this thing. I'm like building my own. Yeah.
Those reps will never pay any heed to it.
I had to solder I had to solder a capacitor on the back to clear the heat pipe. This is a 2070 cooler, right? I'm like, can you just get me one, please? They're like, sorry, China only. I'm like, why?
You're Canada. No one's gonna fucking care about that over here.
Dude,
so
I've got like a fucking 1,000 people that will buy one right now. I just don't understand. So I'm hoping I can get one when I go to Japan. I'm gonna try and fucking get one if I can. But
dude, when I went to Japan, it was actually when I was in Akihabara for one of the days. Like, I was like, you're gonna get disappointed, man. I don't want to burst your bubble there, but Japan's PC market is a fucking mess.
It's dog shit.
God, dude, I got turned off so quick, dude, man. Like, I ended up spending such minimal time there, because I went there to search for real shit like this Empower board, and it just I mean, to be fair, I didn't check out too many shops. I checked out like 3.
Yeah.
Avoid. There's a shop called Yodobashi Camera. Avoid that. That's just like their equivalent to Best Buy. Tsukumo is just in Akihabara. That's like, I think Brian even made a video about it. They're okay. They've had some unique stuff, but they didn't have the board. Their prices are insane, man. Like, they're selling, maybe they changed because I went in April and their yen got a little bit stronger, but they were selling 5070s for 1600 CAD. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I saw shit like GPUs are insane. Motherboards are a bit inflated too, but I don't know. And they were selling 9800 X3s for 1,000 Canadian. I don't know what it is. Electronics in general, dude, they're expensive there. It makes no sense to me because I'm like, they live right beside, all the
Taiwan,
right by China and Korea and, everywhere. Yeah, I got turned off quick and I'm like, this ends that. Yeah, and a lot of people there just don't really care about the traditional PC gaming market anyway. Like, I was in the sections where they had motherboards and stuff and graphics cards. Not too many people were there, and everyone was crowding around the fucking handhelds. That's that because
interesting.
Like, it's a lifestyle too there. That's I think that's one of the major contributors. A lot of people there work like crazy amount. Their work culture is brutal. They work like crazy amount of hours. They leave the house at 7 a.m. and then they come home at like 11 p.m. A lot of their free time that they get is just within their sort of breaks or commuting. Like, I see so many people playing games on their phones there. But yeah, you're gonna have a fun time there. But yeah, I mean, PC parts, I wish you the best luck with that because I didn't have a fun time with that. And whatever, I wasn't even going there for PC parts in the first place.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a browse if I can see if I can just find that one thing, right?
You might get lucky, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But all right, let's call it there because it's getting a little late though. But Danny, I definitely
we have like 3 hours almost.
No, I know, dude. I actually
crazy.
Yeah, because it's I have to get something done in a bit, but
all good.
Yeah, dude, it was a pleasure to have you on though. Straight up, we'll have you on again, definitely. Keep fighting the good.
I had a lot of fun, man.
No, yeah, go, again, contact me after the fact if you if you're just like interested in some random product, I'll tell you, I'll give you the contact info of who to contact, and I'll introduce you and stuff and all that shit, man. I got your back.
Appreciate it, man.
But yeah, and then I'll hit you up when I get back from Japan, and we'll schedule an episode to it, maybe like October sometime, something like that. And then where can people? I mean, your name is the same as your tech channel, right? There's not really any other socials that you got.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This Twitter, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so Twitter and YouTube, you guys can check out DannyZReviews. Go follow and subscribe and all that kind of jazz over there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Let's call it there. Again, I appreciate you coming on, and I appreciate you having eyes. And I'll do what I can to help you out. But anyway, let's call it there, fam.
Hey guys.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna hit.